now rocking with the best.
Hey,
you now rocking with the best.
Hey, Jack.
Now, you now rocking with the best.
Hey,
Jack.
You now rocking with the best. We wide open. Early in the morning. Don't know what you hoping. Don't know what you coping. But we out here with you.
Hey.
We just came to get with you.
Hey.
We took you through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now it's up on Friday. It's my day. It's a high day with no Mary J. That's okay.
Hey,
that's okay.
Put your hands in the air.
Hey.
We made it another weekend now. We don't have to care about nothing. So stop your frontin'. You know that wide open be stuntin'. Yeah, we ain't talking about nothing.
Hey.
Sometimes we be talking about something. But we don't care, cause we already got our hands in the air. Said it's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's my day.
It's my day.
Said Friday.
It's Friday.
It's my day.
It's my day.
So just put your hands in the air.
Hey.
Wave them back and forth like you don't even care.
No.
We made it another week. It's Friday. Now you know we playing hide and seek. About to take you to the peak. Yeah. Listen, y'all.
Okay.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 2 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour, 9:02 Central Standard Time, 7:02 Pacific Standard Time, 10:02 Eastern Standard Time. We are in the building, and we don't even care.
Amen.
Buenos dias.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Todas las personas. Buenos dias.
Buenos días.
Hey.
¿Cómo se dice wide open?
Abierto. Abierto.
Wide.
Wide open in Spanish, confirming abierta.
Abierta.
Abierta or abierto for the masculine, the muscular.
The whole like wide open is just abierto.
But again,
I mean, that makes sense.
this is Google Translate, so it's being a little ratchet.
No. It's just abierto.
It sounds good.
You could,
No,
like,
it's just
there's
abierto.
There's like a Spanglish
wide
term.
open.
Abierta.
There's like a Spanglish term that you could use, like abiertote,
We
like you know what I'm saying? Like grandote, like
abierto.
You sound like
That's
somos-
right. We
somos abiertos.
Abierto.
Somos or estamos?
Somos abiertos.
Somos abiertos.
We're gonna be like, right, or estamos abiertos.
I
We're
think both
just
is
gonna
great.
have to-
You can play
Abierto. Somos abierto. That's hilarious.
Somos
Abierto. That's so funny.
Okay, my bad,
we
my bad.
sound like Dora the
Para mi
Explorer.
gente.
Dora Explorer.
We sound
Yeah.
like Dora.
Hey.
Hey, that's cool. Dora's a.
Where you
G.
from? Where you at? Where you from? Where we at
Where
on
you
this
from?
West Coast track? I said, where you from? Where you at? Where you from? Where you at on this
Jack.
West Coast track? I said, where you from? Where you at? Where you from? Where you at on this West Coast track? I said, where you from? Where you at? Where you from? Where you at on this West Coast track? What's up, everybody? Southbridge, Massachusetts is in the house. England is in the house. Philly's in the house.
Where you from? Where you at?
Culpeper, Virginia's in the house. Trinidad and Tobago is up in here. Delaware is already up in here. Colorado is up in here. Lima, Ohio is in here. Savannah, Georgia's up in the building.
What up, though?
Delaware, Detroit, San Antonio, Texas, Overland Park, Kansas. Y'all popping in for real. Mansfield's in the house. Tallahassee, Florida's in the building.
Tally.
313, Detroit is in the
313.
building. Dallas, Waco, Santa Cruz, California. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baldwinport, California.
What up,
Snellville, Georgia.
What up?
Birmingham, Alabama, already in the house. Vad Nace, or Vad Nice or Vad Nace, I still get this wrong. Heights, Minnesota. Cincinnati's in the building.
What up, though?
Nolens, what's up, Robert?
Oh,
Thomasville, Georgia's in the building. Sacramento, California's in the building. 919, Wake Forest, North Carolina is in the building. Let's
Man.
get it. Jonestown, Texas.
Hey.
Jones Creek,
Hey.
Texas. I never heard of it.
Let's get it.
Garland, Texas is in the building. What's poppin'? Connecticut.
oh, Alejandra.
Philly in La Casa. Gastonia,
Alejandra.
North Carolina. Chi-Town's in the building. Paramaribo? What is Paramaribo?
Paramaribo. Is that Puerto Rico?
I don't think that's real.
No, there's a flag next to it.
Oh, let me see. A ver.
Paramaribo. Paramaribo.
Oh, what flag
What
is
is
that? Is that Venezuela? No, that's
That's
not.
not Hispanic. That's
Bogalusa.
South America.
Let's go.
Louisiana.
I'm looking it up right now. Sir.
Malaysia, yeah. What's up, Jerusha?
Oh.
Katy, Texas, what's poppin'? Vacaville, California's in the
Vacaville.
building. Estamos abierto. Let's go, Perla. Daphne's in the building. We love you, girl. What's poppin'?
It's above Brazil.
Oh.
It's above Brazil?
Yeah,
I've never heard of it. it.
Right
Yeah.
above Brazil, next to Venezuela.
Vale.
Vale.
Welcome. We're so
Hey.
grateful that you're here.
Yeah.
114 Trophy Club up on a ladder.
Oh, well.
Hey.
Trophy club.
What's up?
Please be careful.
What's up,
That's,
Wes?
that's the Swingerville. Y'all
We-
be careful.
No. That's,
Wow.
that's love. It's tuned in.
Thornwell, Louisiana, Bloomington, Minnesota, Latham, New York, Phoenix, Arizona,
Right when he said New York.
Rockford, Illinois, North Kakalaka representing. Let's
Hey.
go.
North Kakalaka and Compton.
Gamer Dad season playing Madden. I mean,
Hey.
if you're a gamer, you have to.
Yeah.
Somebody's in Hectorville.
Hector,
Or at least,
hey.
or at least driving through.
Come on, Hectorville. Let's go, baby.
Montreal, Canada's
I
in the
need a ride.
building.
Someone pick me up.
Black Forest, Germany. Brooklyn, New York. Moreno Valley, California. Covington, Georgia. Where my Filipinas at? That's what Misha wants to know. London, and it's 2 p.m. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So grateful you rocking with us right now. Cape Town, South Africa. Clay Center, Kansas. Jamaica's up in the building. What's up, Grasshopper? Stewart, Florida. Los Angeles. How do I feel about Louisiana? I love Louisiana.
Yeah.
I got people down there. Muleshoe, Texas in the building. St. Louis in the building. 305 is in the building. Nueve Mexico. Let's go. Tiana de Baragues. We love you. Te amo mucho. Toledo, Ohio. Philly's in the building. Gainesville, Georgia's in the building. Inwood, Iowa's in the building. Tanner, Alabama. Tampa.
Hey.
Wilmington, Delaware. That's home. That's home for me because that's where my mentor lives. Shout out to Seeds of Greatness Church. Seeds of Greatness Bible Church.
Hey, Jack.
Pastors Jerome and Lisa Lewis.
Hey, Jack.
My mentors, whom I love.
Come on.
And nobody better ever mess with, like just ever.
It'll go down.
Yeah.
It will go down. Birmingham, UK's in the building. Iowa City, Iowa's in the building. Corinne Crow, Louisiana. Marks, Mississippi. Miami, Florida. Houston, Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, man. We out here today. So grateful that y'all rocking with us. Roll call is complete. Thank y'all for being with us. Shout out to 573
Boop, boop.
members in the chat already.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Hanging out with them. Wide open equals super abierto.
Super.
Yeah.
Super
That
abierto.
makes, yep.
That now it's a Saturday. That just sounds like a Saturday show on Telemundo.
Sábado Gigante.
No.
I miss that.
Después sábado gigante. Super abierto.
Somos super abiertos esta semana.
Don Francisco, move over. Is he still live?
11 de la mañana.
11 de la mañana.
Super
Super
abierto. Sounds like that. Ayer,
Ayer.
I went to Stretch Lab
Oh.
and my ¿cómo se dice? Trainer. I don't know how to say.
Entrenador. Entrenador.
Entrenador. Mi entrenador es mexicana
Check.
¿Sí?
y nosotros hablamos en español.
¿Sí?
Todos, no todos, pero sí,
¿Todo el
nosotros.
tiempo?
Sí,
Okay.
todo el tiempo, sí. So I just want to go to her from now on. That way I can just,
Nice.
Chop it up in
as
Spanish.
she's stretching me, she could just talk
So,
Spanish.
like, what do the stretches look like? Like,
Like you lay down,
I
you
got
start off on your back, and they start with the legs,
okay.
stretch. It's all for stretch, flexibility, and mobility.
Yeah.
So I've historically never been able to like stretch my legs straight out and
Touch your toes.
touch my toes. So we're working on that because
Nice.
there's the tendons behind my knee. That is where I experience the most discomfort and pain. But also, I'm supposed to be stretching at least 10 minutes a day. So I have to be doing something in between those big stretches that I get
I
with
see.
with her. You know what I mean?
see.
With her, because she gives me a range of motion that we just usually don't put ourselves in those type of positions by ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like very few people. I know David Goggins has a routine where I think he stretches 2 hours
Wow.
every day before he goes to bed.
Wow.
He's working out right now.
He's running right now.
He's running right now.
He's running to
Confirmed.
he's running to Hectorville.
His toenails that were just growing back from
Oh,
being
God.
popped off from him just taking just doing a marathon on a random Tuesday after he ate liquid eggs.
Yeah.
Those are popping off,
Yes.
and they're just growing back.
Incredible.
I remember. Sorry, you were gonna say something.
Shout out to 626 in the
Saves
live
ain't
chat
the
right now.
saves.
626. That's my birthday actually.
Yeah.
626.
Happy birthday.
And then Jews 2 days before.
2 days before me. So I truly believe God arranged it for Juliet's birthday to be 2 days before mine because Juliet's the extrovert, and she turns up on her birthday so hard, and everybody turns up with her that 2 days later they're too tired to turn up for me, and that's exactly where I want them. I'm just like,
Your
everybody chill.
introvert dream.
Yeah, except on the days, except on the years
Every 10 years.
that I have a zero.
So we coming up.
Yeah.
I'm about to turn up.
Double party.
I'm about to turn up. I don't know what I'm doing, nor do I know where I'll be.
Hectorville.
Yeah.
Derek, someone said your hair's amazing. I told
Oh.
you. Told you.
Oh.
So anyway, what's popping today? What we doing?
So, Tim, we have a couple of submissions for you, okay, sir? So we got the ChatGPT vibes that I sent you.
Yes,
and
of
then
course.
we also have some Discordians from Discordville that have sent in voice notes. Like, you know how we did yesterday with the feedback?
Oh,
And then-
from the
and
comedy stuff?
Well, but no, this is just voice notes on things they want to talk about. So we have options, is what I'm saying.
In the news hour.
In the news
Okay,
hour.
okay, got you. Okay,
So
okay,
we
okay,
have
okay.
Discord messages, we have ChatGPT. You just tell me what you're feeling.
I want chat first because you did your research. So
You wanna talk about Subway Cake?
We're gonna. Can I just talk about the fact that we have a work ethic around here?
Yes.
Oh, hit it, brother.
Like it ain't like we just magically appear at 9. Like we all grinding and doing whatever we got to do, and we still show up to work.
Yeah.
Now this camera is blocking a little bit for me to
I got you.
read,
That's
so
easy.
I'm gonna have
That's
to.
easy. I got you.
Yeah,
Hold
I'm
on
about to hit the Jeffrey the giraffe
No.
neck anointing.
No, we don't need that.
Shout out to Maryland. I'll be at First Church Glen Arden for the King Summit with Christopher Broussard and a lot of amazing former athletes. Men's conference is going to be amazing.
That's awesome.
And y'all just pray for my flights. I never think about flights, but there was an American airline flight that caught on fire in Denver.
Oh, Atlanta. No.
Yeah, with 114 passengers on board. Everybody was safe, which I'm so grateful for. But it was just, there's just more. And there was a plane that crashed yesterday. It was a smaller jet. So I never think about the flights. I'm like, Lord, I know that we're covered. But yeah, y'all just pray for my travel. If I go down in a flight, I'm cool. But if I have some more work to do, then I would rather not be in that type of situation. All right, so this is first of all, I just gotta ask: did you run across this story before I even read anything? Did you run across this? I was immediately intrigued when you pulled it up, but how did you even find this?
Tim, first of all, I just want you to know that I am a Jonathan, right?
Okay.
I'm an armor bearer.
Okay.
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 A church mother, whatever you want to call me.
Wow.
Church mother.
I'm just.
We're from Jonathan to a church mother?
And here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm submitted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We call this area. This is not a studio. This is the Ross Manor. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Or Manor, whatever
yeah.
part of the world you're in.
It's probably manner.
And,
It's probably manner over here. Yeah.
No, all jokes aside, I know that this would have interested you. And the places that I go for research, I obviously just type in what's breaking news, all this stuff. But then probably my most helpful one that helps me get the cool things that I think are interesting for us, it's on Instagram. It's Patrick Bet-David's company called Valuetainment.
Yes.
So they just do unfiltered news. There's no side.
Yeah. It's just this is what it is.
So this is where I found this. I said, "Oh, Tim's gonna eat this up."
Yo, this is pun intended. So what? The headline, bro. Just the question that starts it off, y'all. Okay, here we go. Why was Subway's bread classified as cake? It sounds like it's a punch. Like it sounds like a premise to a punchline and a setup. You know what I mean? Ireland has specific tax laws that distinguish between staple foods like bread and treats like cake or pastries. For bread to qualify for a tax exemption, get this, y'all, the sugar content must be no more than 2% of the weight of the flour in the dough.
Crazy.
I'm going to read this again. In Ireland, for bread to qualify for a tax exemption, the sugar content must be no more than 2% of the weight of the flour in the dough. However, Subway's bread contained about 10% sugar relative to the weight of the flour, 5 times the legal limit for bread. Because of this, the court ruled that it legally could not be considered bread, but instead fell into the category of confectionery or fancy baked goods, aka cake.
Oh my gosh.
What does this mean? The ruling was part of a case where an Irish Subway franchise was trying to claim a tax exemption on bread, but the court denied it since the bread didn't qualify as a staple food. Cake sandwiches?
Wow.
Technically, yes. If you've been eating Subway, you've been enjoying sandwiches made with something closer to sweet cake-like bread than traditional bread.
Lord have mercy.
Crazy.
Defend yourself, Subway. Subway's response. Subway defended its bread, stating, "You don't know how our damn bread tastes." No, I'm just kidding. That's not what it says. Subway defended its bread, stating that its recipe has always been recognized as bread worldwide. No. Stop lying. However, the ruling only applied within Ireland's tax system. It didn't affect the actual classification of Subway bread elsewhere. Definitely not in the United States of America.
Wow.
So yeah, if you've been enjoying a foot long, you might just have been eating a cake sandwich all along.
That's why Jersey Mike's all the way.
Let me tell y'all something.
Jersey's a legitimate sandwich.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah. Comes from Jersey.
Y'all been eating tuna on cake. Y'all been eating roast beef on cake.
It's delicious.
Y'all have been eating ham on cake.
Actually, it's not.
Y'all have been eating sliced turkey on cake.
That's crazy, dog.
And then got the nerve to put mayo on cake.
Mayo's crazy.
Mustard on cake. Drizzling it with olive oil and vinaigrette on cake.
Talking about this is a healthy light meal.
Y'all
healthy
been
fit.
Hey, if Subway has been a part of your lifestyle, y'all basically been celebrating your birthday every single day
Dead.
with turkey meat on top.
Shout out Michael Phelps.
That makes no sense to me at
Y'all
all.
don't remember that? Michael Phelps
No,
was
the-
like the big face for it.
Yeah,
Wasn't
he-
it Jared?
No, Jared was the pants guy. The pants that were like 14 feet long.
But Jared,
Yes.
wound
That
up
was a long time ago,
He
yeah.
dropped the weight and then picked up a case.
Case.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then went to
remember that.
prison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jared has to stay over there.
Yeah. So
That was like 5.
But they put Michael Phelps in there. He got his check, and they were feeding cake for these
Okay.
for all
Yeah.
these years.
Oh.
yeah, Jared has to.
Crazy
I'm
work.
gonna save my comment. It's about to ether Jared, and
About to destroy him.
he's already doing his time. I'm gonna leave him alone.
He's already suffering.
I'm gonna let bro live. But y'all been eating cake sandwiches, man. How y'all feel about
crazy.
that?
Do we have a poll on
Yeah,
Subway?
let's get a poll right now.
Let's do a poll for maybe Subway, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah. I wanna know if you've enjoyed your cake sandwich.
Now, what's more?
I don't do Subway.
Well, what's more popular between Potbelly and Witch Witch? Because that can be the third one.
Oh, I love
No.
Witch Witch.
Oh, really? I can hold space. Which one? Which
So
one?
I prefer Jersey Mike's overall.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's is
Jersey
like
Mike's
it.
is legit.
So I never heard of Witch Witch till I moved to Texas, and I was on a kick for a year, and then I stopped because their chicken started tasting gross to me. So I haven't had Witch Witch in a while.
It's probably a clone chicken.
Maybe, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Their chicken got,
Last
weird.
days, you probably had a dementia riddled chicken.
You're right. I mean,
It was probably free range, but it was walking around in circles like
A little
this.
messed up.
You locked up, but you free. Like make it make sense.
It was
For real, though,
it was
for
a little rooster that forgot to crow at 6 a.m. Bro just started crowing at like 2:45 in the afternoon. And then right when everybody was going to sleep, this nigga's like,
Oh, that
That
was
is
a good
crazy work.
imitation.
That's crazy work. All right, we got a Jersey Mike's poll going on, or the sandwich poll.
Hey, it's Jersey Mike's for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean everybody. There's no judgment, but 32%, 33% of people is having that cake sandwich.
Wow.
But you know what? Y'all wouldn't know it anyway, because everything in here has sugar.
Right.
Everything in the like cocaine is not the biggest drug in this country. Sugar is.
Right.
Crazy work.
Sugar has been the deal. Azúcar.
Celia Cruz. Have you ever heard of Celia Cruz?
Celia Cruz?
I'll put you on her later.
Shout out Puerto Rico.
Isn't she Cuban?
Shout out Cuban.
There we go.
All right, sweet. All right. Okay. So in 2024, Volkswagen's in-house currywurst sausages reached a record high in sales, with 8.5 million units sold, surpassing the company's car sales for the same period. This iconic sausage, produced since 1973 at the Wolfsburg plant, has become a staple in Volkswagen's canteens and is also available in select supermarkets. The currywurst holds a special place within the company, even having its own part number, 199-398-500A.
They put a part number on that sausage, on that pipe.
That's
Crazy sauce.
That's interesting.
Salchicha.
The surge in currywurst sales comes amid financial challenges for Volkswagen. In 2024, the company's net profit dropped by 30.6%, attributed to high production costs and decreased sales in key markets like China. Despite these hurdles, the currywurst popularity provided a silver lining, highlighting its cultural significance and the company's diversified offerings. In response to employee preferences, Volkswagen had removed meat-based dishes, including the currywurst, from its main canteen in Wolfsburg in 2021. However, due to popular demand, the currywurst made a comeback in August 2023, contributing to its record-breaking sales in 2024. Has anybody ever had one of these?
I never even knew this existed.
Same.
Crazy.
Have you seen the photo of it?
Oh no.
Of the currywurst?
Of how it looks?
No.
It genuinely, it looks like it has like a serial number on it. It's crazy.
Wow.
VW sausage, right? Let's see here.
Wow.
Yeah, brother. The Lord is good. One. Yeah, see how freaky this is.
Oh, it does have the little Volkswagen. I've never seen these.
Wild.
Now, Tim, when you see this, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like Volkswagen is also making sausages. How is it supposed to make me
I
feel?
love how literal you are. I love it.
What other feeling could I have?
I would feel gross because I'm like, if it's a car company, I associate it with gasoline, dirt. So I'm like, that sausage, it would make me think, it would associate my taste buds with that. I wouldn't taste sausage. I wouldn't taste that goodness, but I would just associate it with the company.
Do you think they would just soak them in gas?
I'm just saying it's the association.
Oh.
The fact that it's connected to a car company might make me think of gas flavage. You know what I'm saying?
Flavage.
Does the car taste like gas?
Does the car taste like sausage?
Now we can move on.
I'm just trying to get into the mind, because you said Volkswagen, and the first two things that comes to your mind is gas and dirt.
He did
Not even the car. This nigga didn't even like the car. He skipped the car and went to what goes in the car and what the car might drive over. It never dawned on him that the vehicle has gas in it, and sometimes it might roll over dirt. It's not made out of gas and dirt.
Not manufactured out of dirt. That's
I'm
correct.
trying to grow my storytelling skills, and I can clearly see maybe I'm level 2 right now. You're at like 87. So I'm associating with the mechanic shop on Davis in Oak Cliff.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking.
working on cars. We're talking about
Working on
grind.
cars.
Working on
Okay.
grind.
Okay,
And
so
like-
you don't want to have their sausages.
I don't want none of the Mexican sausages.
Yeah, exactly.
saying.
That might, because I don't even think they would wash their hands. Like
Oh,
I can
it's
just see
tough.
them taking it out of the package with their hands
Yeah.
and
Thank
then
you.
plopping it in
There
the
we go.
microwave,
Yeah.
and then just grabbing it out of the microwave with their hand and putting it on a paper plate and handing it to you.
Yeah.
I feel seen.
That is okay. I got you now. See, we just needed more context.
Context
That's
is clean.
context.
Amen.
Context is queen. Jesus is king. Context is queen.
Shout out Oak Cliff.
Shout out Oak Cliff, man, and all the trauma that it has produced. Alrighty then. As of mid-March 2025, U.S. gas prices have reached a 4-year low, offering motorists a welcome respite at the pump. The national average
Trevor.
price per gallon
Trevor.
has decreased to $3.07, marking a steady decline over the past 3 weeks. Now, this is the time that I got to tell you that my age is going to show, because I remember a time in the late 90s during the Clinton administration when gas was about 97 cents a
What's up,
gallon.
Trevor?
I know you guys have never even been alive for some of those gas prices, but I just want you to let you know. It was 97 cents a gallon.
That's
Juliana?
Nice.
We could drive everywhere. We could literally drive cross country on $80 of gas.
Amen.
Yeah, we really could. It's absolutely amazing. We could get from New York to California and only have to stop at the gas station 3 times. Oh, what a time that was. Oh, what a time that was. $3.07 though. I mean, you know what? I think this would mean more to me if I actually drove a gas powered vehicle, which I don't no more. I went to Houston. I had to make because of my charging situation and the way I wanted to get around, I had to make 3 stops at charger stations for no more than a total of probably 40 minutes going and coming.
Wow.
And it may have cost me $11.
What?
That's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
That's
so-
so shocking to me still.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like $11 worth of like electricity
That's
to like charge.
crazy.
What is your game plan when you get there and you're chilling for the 40 minutes? Like, do you already have like a little...
Well, they always put all of the Tesla stations, except in the most rural areas, they're all in front of like shopping plazas and entertainment centers. So like you could like go sit down and eat. Like you're not about to, at a gas station, you got to walk in and get like Hostess powdered donuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some Smart Water or like corn nuts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, whereas if I stop and it's like, oh, I could, not that I would ever do this, but like, oh, I could go watch a movie or I could go to, like a Chipotle.
Yeah.
Or I could go to Smash Burger.
Yeah.
Or
You
I
go to
could,
Prest,
or I could go
right?
to, I could go to Prest. Like, you know what I mean? So it's a different experience.
So Elon was kind of hooking it up though and like keeping it fun for y'all because he could have put him in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
But it was
Right.
intentional. Be
Yeah.
like, yo, let me put you somewhere. I already have to make you wait a little bit longer.
Yep.
Than gas.
Yep.
Here's some entertainment.
Absolutely. So, the downward trend is attributed to several factors, and I want to know, has anybody felt the pinch at the gas prices? Does anybody feel the relief? That's the next poll that I want up during this 9 o'clock hour. There's an increased supply of crude oil inventories. Those have risen, contributing to lower gasoline prices. There's a stable demand right now, despite the onset of spring break travel. Gasoline demand has remained relatively stable, preventing upward pressure on prices. However, recent policy changes may influence future prices. The Trump administration has implemented a 10% tariff on Canadian energy imports effective March 4th, 2025. This move is expected to increase gasoline prices by 20 to 40 cents per gallon in the Northeast over the week. Regionally, average gasoline prices as of early March are as follows. East Coast is $2.97 a gallon. I know y'all happy about that. Gotta be. Midwest is $2.88 per gallon. The Gulf Coast, $2.63 per gallon. The Rocky Mountains, $2.96 a gallon. West Coast is $4.14 a gallon.
That's low. That's actually low too, because it's about to be, springtime, summer. It gets closer to $6. It's easy at a 5-piece. Easy. I didn't even know what it was like until like when I got here last year. I was like, what?
Bro, but that's
painful, bro. That's just so expensive.
dude, that's
When you got and then people that have to like maybe they have their landscaping trucks or they have their construction trucks, bro. you're getting out of there after $200 to fill up.
My
And-
gas bill has dropped 50% since I moved from Cali. Like it used to cost us like 80
Wow.
to fill up the tank.
Yep.
80 something. It cost me $45 right now.
Really?
Incredible. We got a pollage?
Yeah, it's polls up.
Yeah, polls up.
Roger. Boom.
Let's see. Yeah, have you felt the pinch at the gas station? I don't feel or notice it. Yep. 57%. 57% people say that they don't feel it or notice it. That's cool. 39% of the people say they do feel it. They do notice it. Who else is there?
$4.50 in Pasadena yesterday, she said.
$4.50?
Yep. April says $5 a gallon. I don't know where it's $4.14 in Cali. Yeah, I be sending text messages to the homies when I fill up, just like sometimes messing around because Sam's Club is right by the crib, so it's like $2.50 something right now, $2.51 or something.
That's hilarious. Okay. All right, what else are we doing right now? It's 31 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. I am so grateful that you are wide open with us, shouting out a whopping 925 people in the chat right now.
A whopping.
A
I love
whopping.
that. I love that.
925 people in the chat right now.
I like Trevor.
I really appreciate it. I think Trevor's a nice guy. I never know when these guys are going to come out, but when they do, wow, they just want to hang out. There's an Eastern Australia heat wave. I know Tim really cares about things like this. Since he's been to Australia over 30 times since 2010, he always has no problem telling us how many stamps he has in his passport. Personally, I believe it's a humble brag, but who am I? Eastern Australia's southwest region is set for a hot weekend, with temperatures climbing into the low 40s Celsius in some areas. Just so you guys know, 40 degrees Celsius is hella hot. I mean, guys, if you don't have a 48 or 72 hour deodorant, you're going to be smelling musty as hell. Adelaide is expected to reach 39 degrees Celsius and Melbourne 36 degrees Celsius on Saturday, while Sydney could see 36 degrees Celsius on Sunday. A cold front is anticipated to bring cooler temperatures and strong winds, impacting South Australia and Victoria on Sunday, and New South Wales on Monday. The Bureau of Meteorology warns of high fire danger across Victoria and southeast New South Wales, with extreme fire danger forecasted for parts of southwestern South Adelaide. In sports, Cheltenham Festival 2025.
You don't have to read this if you don't want to. It just happened to be there.
Well, Hector, I'm a professional.
Okay, Roger that.
It's the face for me.
If you keep on scrolling on this damn teleprompter, I'm paid to read.
Like
We're not
Anchorman,
paid right now.
Anchorman, they're like, you gonna read it.
We don't have payroll right now. We're on water.
You guys don't get paid. I'm Trevor. I get
Oh,
paid.
you
that's
got a
right,
picture.
that's
My bad.
right,
I
that's
apologize.
right.
You're right.
My
Yeah.
voice is insured by Lloyd's of London.
Oh,
I don't know what the hell you guys are doing,
Amen,
but
brother.
What's
I'm a
Lloyd's
professional.
of London?
Well, see, if you don't know, honey, you're not meant to.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh, okay.
Cheltenham Festival 2025. Since it's on the screen, damn it, I'm reading it. In the spirit of Bill O'Reilly, we'll do it live.
we'll do it live.
We'll do it. We'll do it live. The Cheltenham Festival. Damn it, Hector, put it up there. The Cheltenham Festival. Nobody cares that nobody knows about the Cheltenham Festival. I'm reading it anyway. You put it on the damn teleprompter. I got to read it now. The Cheltenham Festival concludes with Gold Cup Day on January 14, 2025, the pinnacle event of the National Hunt racing calendar. The schedule includes key races such as the JCB Triumph Hurdle, the William Hill County. Okay, Hector, now you're just going to pull up Google? This is the hell you're doing to me now?
Sorry, I apologize.
We're not
I'm working with rookies.
I apologize.
yeah,
First year,
yeah.
first time I ever done this. I'm very sorry.
Are you going to keep it up now, or what am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna calm down. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
The William Hill County Handicap Hurdle and the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup Chase Fans are eagerly anticipating the Gold Cup, where Gallopin Des Champions. See, Hector has me all flustered now. Where Gallopin Des Champs aims to secure his third and join the elite group with 3 Gold Cup victories. He is favored to win despite strong competition from the likes of King George winner Banbridge. This going is reported as good to soft after protective measures against overnight freezing temperatures. You know what? I quit. I don't want to work on Wide Open anymore.
Oh, no.
I'm no longer doing
no.
Trevor.
Trev. Take a breath.
Take a breath. It's okay.
Take a
God is
breath,
good.
Trev.
God is good. God is here. God is
Hey,
near.
Dare.
Yeah.
Dare. If you're gonna shorten my name, I'm shortening your name. Dare. First of all, don't you dare
LOL.
shorten my name. It's Trevor. My mom named me Trevor. You'll call me Trevor.
Oh,
Rare.
Mr. Trevor. Just take a deep breath.
Oh.
You don't think my so you're reducing my golden voice down to cat noises now? You know what? I need out of this outfit. You guys, you 3.
Yeah,
It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Hey, kid. Good morning to you.
Oh my goodness.
I love you. You're amazing. God bless you.
Where did y'all put my dad?
I don't know. He's somewhere in there.
He's on sabbatical.
He's on sabbatical.
Love you, kid.
I miss
love you,
Larry
brother.
now.
Trevor, I have one more thing if you wanted to hit that real quick. I know you're on the professional vibes right now, so I had something if you wanted to hit it really quick.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to stop what you're doing. Put your phones down. Close your eyes. Unless you're driving, then please, for the love of the Lord, keep them open. But focus up, because I'm about to introduce you to a man of sheer greatness.
Oh.
I'm talking about Hector. Damn it. This guy's writing his own monologues and then putting it up here for me to read. I quit. Tim? Tim's not available.
Oh no.
I guess you're going to be left with a racist.
Oh my gosh, I have tears in my eyes.
Incredible.
Oh god.
Hey, y'all.
There he is.
Hey,
Jack.
everybody.
There he is.
You guys doing all right?
Lorenzo. What's up, Larry?
It's good to see you.
Estamos bien.
Hey.
Whoa.
Don't talk to me in Mexican.
Sorry. I'm very sorry, mister.
Please don't talk to me in Mexican.
Mister, can I mow the lawn?
Well, I already got some of your boys mowing my lawns.
Yeah, I have 13 kids. They can help clean. Whatever
Well-
you need.
Well, I have a great Mexican family.
Amen.
Who takes care of my lawn.
Amen.
And you know, a sweet little grandmother.
Yeah.
I think they call them abuelas.
Yeah.
Or something like this.
Welly.
I have one that takes care of the grandkids, and she's very, very special to us. Her accent bothers me because she's been in America a long time. She speaks better English,
very
but,
sorry.
Oh, wow.
but boy, can she cook.
She can cook.
America.
She can cook.
Do you like Mexican food, Mr. Larry?
I prefer Babe's chicken. Now I know there's Mexicans in the kitchen, so I like them because they cook my chicken. But in terms of anything else, now I just needed y'all to know I don't want y'all to get too excitable, okay?
Okay, we calm down.
But I am taking a DEI class,
Oh.
Yeah.
and
With ice?
I just want y'all to know I am taking a DEI class.
Yes.
I personally feel like I'm gonna DIE in the class because there's a lot of things being told about American history that's actually not accurate.
Oh.
I didn't learn it in school. I think some people are trying to make some stuff up.
Yeah.
They've said something about some boats coming over with a lot of black people stuffed in them,
Slavery.
and the people at the bottom died, and only the strong survived, and other black people jumped off into the. It sounds fanciful to me. I don't know if that's the right word, but it sounds fanciful, or whimsitastic. I don't know the exact word. All I know is it sounds like somebody made it up.
Whimsical.
What I know is what my grandfather told me is that black people have tails, but they tucked them in real good.
Oh my God.
And that's why you couldn't see them.
Whoa.
But I'm now learning that black people didn't have tails.
Got it.
There's a lot that this DEI class is teaching me. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it because luckily Trump is canceling all the DEI. So I'm only going to get to chapter 3. And there's actually 100 chapters that I'm supposed to learn. Hopefully it kicks in over here because it's already been canceled in other places, but it just hasn't been canceled in my class network yet. But I'm learning a little bit more about you people. And and I feel like some of you know, not all of y'all, you know, most of y'all are rotten apples, but a couple of y'all don't have worms in you. And I know your tequila does, but some of y'all don't have worms in you, and it just, you know, it's kind of weird, you know, because some of y'all are good enough on the behavior side to pass as white, but because of your skin, you're just never gonna. You're just never gonna. So I'm just gonna see what I can do in the class, but I just wanted to stop by. I know Trevor stormed out of here in a huff, but I just stopped by to say, y'all keep existing. I don't.
But keep it down.
Keep it down.
Y'all keep breathing air. I don't want you dead. I just don't want you
Here.
I don't want you close.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Got it.
I came to you. Don't come to me.
We don't have
roger that.
cooties, I promise.
You don't have cooties,
No.
but your backs are wet, right?
Yes. Confirmed.
Affirmative.
That's what I heard, that y'all perpetually have wet backs.
Larry, have you
is
ever
what I've been told.
Have you ever slept with a Latin woman, a caramel hitter?
Well,
Would you ever do that?
well. Sometimes when I'm asleep,
Oh.
I do have what you can't tell I'm a pastor.
Yeah, no. He does it. He does it too.
Crazy.
I do have some. They're wicked dreams. I know they're wicked,
Sinful.
because none of them have white women in them,
Oh.
and so
Right.
I know it's an attack of the enemy
For sure.
that's trying to make me fall in love
Moloch.
with brown and black people.
Yes.
And so to answer your question, no. But when I'm asleep,
You like it.
there's just so many brown and black people in my dreams
That little churro gets excited.
that when I wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
I have to repent
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
because I know that the Lord wants white purity,
Amen.
and I know that the Lord wants white power. He wants us to have the power, and so I just try to microwave one of those delicious Volkswagen dogs.
Oh God.
And
Dogs.
and just put sauerkraut all over it.
Oh.
And,
Really German it up.
and then I just read all the Bible verses
Amen.
that support white power.
Oh.
And then I just go to work.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's all I try to do.
Good job.
So
We love racism.
I don't believe I'm supposed to be rehabilitated
That's beautiful.
because I know God chose us to run the whole world.
Yes.
And I know the rest of y'all was cursed
Don't say.
through Noah. Noah had 3 kids, white, brown, and black, and God's covenant was on the white kid because he the one that helped with the boat the most, because the brown and the brown and the black kids that he had, because one of them's name was Brownie and the other one's name was Blackie, and so those two like went and got all the materials. But the engineering process, those were whites.
And Nathan and Noah are your children, or they're not your children?
No, Nathan and Noah is Tim's kids.
Oh. And what is the name of your children?
Well,
Bo?
no. One of my kids' names is Madison.
Yes. If you know, you know.
The other kid's name is Maddie. And
They're
then,
all mad.
And then the third one, I don't know how you knew that, Darren. but we call the third one Mad. And he's a little terror. He's a little booger.
Booger.
He's a little booger. But I'm just gonna.
We love you, Larry.
Love you, Larry.
Well-
Is the Grinch gonna come after you, Larry? Is the
No,
Grinch
it's just
coming?
not even the right
No?
season for
No?
him.
Oh, okay.
And I try to stay away from him. I can barely tolerate y'all brownies.
Yeah.
Man.
And y'all blackies,
it's the whole
the
staff.
greenies. I have to be far enough away for the greens come out.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, I'm gonna leave now.
No, stay. What's your thoughts on the border and
Yeah,
ICE?
tariff
I would
and
love
tariff.
to hear what's going on.
No, I'm gonna leave now.
Larry, please stay.
Nope.
Maddie,
No.
your dad.
Hey, don't you dare.
That was too much.
Don't you dare talk about my kids.
Okay, I want to
Don't name them.
Make sure.
You already. I've done my research on you. You're already married to a white woman.
Yeah, colonized.
If I ever get an opportunity to talk to your wife, I'm gonna let her know what kind of mistakes she made.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Wow.
Because
Very
that nice white lady should be with a white
She
man.
chose
You
the
gotta
wrong color.
relax.
And
I'm getting excited now.
I'm concerned about your babies.
That's okay.
And as for you, young lady, I know a white man. You somehow seduced a white man.
Oh wow.
Somehow you came out of his dreams and came into reality.
My hips don't lie. That's why.
Well, hey, listen.
Shakira.
That seems like something that white women's hips don't lie either.
Well-
And I think we should have. He should have been with a white woman. Maybe he should be married to Hector's thing, because both of y'all are Latin, so
Hey, man.
y'all should have
We
probably
can
married
switch.
each other.
Caleb can be
You wanna
with
switch?
Rachel,
Okay.
but we'll just stay brother and
Okay,
sister.
yeah, I'm down.
Because I love you. Yeah.
No colonizing
Well,
anymore.
listen.
White people, they, I think Larry and them, they do the incest stuff. We don't. We
That's
don't. rock
right.
with
That's
that.
it.
Hey, hey.
Whoa.
You said that a little too
That was
loud.
really loud. I'm sorry.
I'm not from Arkansas.
Or Arkansas, whichever one you want to do.
It's Arkansas.
Okay, Roger, I'm very
I'm
sorry.
not from there.
Okay, I'm submitted.
Okay, people down there do things a little bit differently. I may not agree with it,
Okay.
but at least it's white on white.
Amen.
Okay, and that's all I'm saying.
Amen.
Okay, I'm leaving. Y'all behave.
Okay, Roger that.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
2 last words before I leave. I'm in my DEI class. White power.
Man, Tim, I don't know how you do. You're too good at that.
Oh my God.
Stay in character too. You don't break.
Larry makes me want to punch him in his mouth. Shout out to 1,000 in the live chat. What's popping? What's
What
popping? Y'all good? Y'all
What
good?
up, though? What up? Though?
Not everybody saying bye, Larry.
Bye, Larry. I can't wait for the day that I get to see you in a movie.
In a
It's
movie?
gonna happen, bro.
I
It's
cannot
definitely
wait.
gonna
happen.
I cannot wait.
That is hilarious.
What up, though?
So Ashley said, "Oh my God, thank goodness! If Larry didn't leave soon, I was about to jet."
We're getting triggered.
That's how you know you're doing your character right, when people get pissed. Oh,
What
that's
up,
so
though?
funny.
Other speak.
I love you guys so much. Yeah, it's gonna be welcome back to him. You should have heard what that old Larry was spewing.
Love her.
Hey,
play
dude,
along.
Trevor had me weak.
Oh my goodness. All of them.
Oh, I love it. T. Nicole, I was uncomfortable for a few. That's exactly right. I love tension, people. Can you not? Do you understand my life now? I adore tension. A life in tension is a life well lived. A life in tension is a life well lived. A life in tension is a life well lived. A life in tension is a life well lived. I said a life in tension is a life well lived. A life in tension is a life well lived. A life in tension is a life well lived. A life in tension is a life well lived.
Julie,
All right, hit me with the voice things.
sorry, Julie was just like kind of.
I was just.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Okay.
Hootie hits or dance.
I thought it was like a spank. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I looked at it wrong. I'm very sorry. We got
Are you
some
triggered? Are you triggered?
I'm not triggered. So we're gonna take some Discordian calls. Thank you guys for sending stuff in. I know it was last minute. We asked you at 7 a.m. Thank you. This is dope. I don't know this person's name. She goes as I am her.
Oh, I've been waiting for this opportunity. Very simple. Tim, all of y'all, everybody can just join in on this. How do I know that it's God? That is what I'm really struggling with right now, is if it's God or if it's me. Like, because I want to be a good steward. I really do. And yeah, I've been struggling with that. So my question is, how do you know? How do you know that is God? How do you know that is God's voice? That is all.
Sweet. All right, so peep game. We get this question a lot, and there obviously it's case by case scenario on like how you answer the question sometimes, because it could be contextualized around something. Here's what popped in my mind today, though. Sometimes you know it's God when you try it. Sometimes you just got to try some stuff to know if it's God or not. I don't know if it's God or if this is me. Well, why don't you try and see? If it works out, it was God.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, it was you. So, por ejemplo, let's go to the book, shall we?
Yeah.
Shout out the Bible drop.
This is in 1 Samuel. It's the first thing that popped in my mind. As soon as she asked the question, the first thing that popped in my mind. So I want to call to the witness stand a young man named Jonathan. And here it is. Okay. Yep. Okay, this is so good, but I want you to have full context to it. So this is 1 Samuel chapter number 14, starting at the first verse. Here's what it says. One day, Jonathan, son of Saul, said to the young man carrying his armor, "Come, let's cross over to the Philistines' garrison that's on the other side." But he did not tell his father. Now Saul was sitting on the outskirts of Gibeah under the pomegranate tree that was in Migron, and the troops with him were about 600 men. Ahijah, son of Ahitub, the brother of Ichabod, son of Phinehas, son of Eli, the Cohen, which is priest, of Adonai in Shiloh, was wearing an ephod. But the troops did not know that Jonathan was gone. Between the crossings by which Jonathan sought to cross over to the Philistines' garrison, there was a rocky crag on one side and another rocky crag on the other side. One was called Bozez and the other Sinna. One crag was to the north near Michmas, and the other to the south near Geba. Then Jonathan said to, this is what I need you to get right here. Then Jonathan said to the young man carrying his armor, "Come, let's cross over to the garrison of these uncircumcised ones. Perhaps," key word, "perhaps Adonai will work for us, for nothing restrains Adonai from delivering, whether by many or by few." His armor bearer answered him, "Do whatever is in your heart. Go ahead. I'm with you, whatever your heart decides." Then Jonathan said, "Here, we'll cross over to the men, then let us see them. If they say to us, 'Wait till we come to you,' then we'll stand still in our place and will not go up to them. But if they say, 'Come up to us,' then we will go up, for Adonai has delivered them into our hand. That will be our sign." And then they went ahead and went up. And then those dudes said, "Come up here," and they went up there and mollywopped him. Okay, that I'm just paraphrasing the end of that. This is the Tree of Life Bible that I'm reading from. Okay, all right. With that said, peep game. They didn't know until they engaged.
Right.
And Jonathan's thing was, "Hey, let's go over there because perhaps the Lord will be with us." Y'all can't be afraid to fail. This is the biggest thing. You cannot be afraid to fail. You will be paralyzed by fear unless you do something. Imagine us saying, we're not going to do wide open until, I don't know.
We get 5 sponsors.
We get 5 sponsors.
But we're not doing nothing till then.
We're not doing nothing. Once we secure 5 sponsors and we keep telling them about the concept, then we'll do the show. What? No, sometimes you got to just pop out and show niggas. You just got to be like, "Hey, I think the Lord told me to do this," and then do it. And if it doesn't work, what have you actually lost? Why do people think they got to bat 1,000? You know how many inventions Alexander Graham Bell came up with that didn't work? before he came up with the one that worked? You know how many people have tried stuff 3, 4, 5, 6 times? And it didn't work before the thing that really popped for them did work?
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta try stuff. And if you fail, okay, it wasn't supposed to be yours.
That's how the basement was birthed. It's the only reason the basement was birthed. You're like, I don't really want to do this, but guess we'll try it out.
I wrote a $16,000 check to you
Yes.
to do production for the first 90 days. And I was like, I guess I'm out here. And before that day was over, we had somebody that wanted to sponsor the pod.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
He's like, cool, here's your reimbursement. This covers all the boys
Yep.
for 90 days. No big deal.
And I'll cut a check.
And you're like, oh.
I'll cut a check the next 90 days.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, so I like, man, for me, this was like,
Because you could have spent all night spiraling on, oh my God, what did I do? I don't even know this little Mexican that just walked up in here. I met him 2 weeks ago, and now here we are in the embassy green room. It could have been that, and you said,
could have
no,
been that.
I think God's telling me to do this, and then boom, you get that phone call, and there you go.
and then that's it. But that's how you do it, though.
Right.
And we did those first 4 episodes in June, or was it 4 or 5? I think it was 4.
I don't know. All I know is you went on sabbatical a
Yeah.
month right after.
I banked 4 episodes, and I went to Trinidad. I went to Turks and Caicos. And when I came back, the pod had blew up. We talking about a zero subscriber channel before when we made it. Not like I had a dormant channel that I just wanted to,
Because if you were reckless, what you would have done, what I've seen some people do, you would have been like, all right, Embassy City staff, because you were still the pastor there. Listen, I love you guys. I'm going to take over the channel real quick. All my basement content is going to be going here. And I'm going to take advantage of this audience that we've all curated. And it's like, no, we're going to start from scratch.
Bro, within 3.5 weeks, that basement channel had more subscribers to it than the Embassy City channel. And I had been doing it for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just got to try stuff. And like if you feel like the Lord told you to do something, why don't you just try it?
Just try it.
Just try it. And if it doesn't work, what did you actually lose?
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
How freeing is that?
How many things is really like life and death? Maybe a marriage.
Yeah.
You want to get that one right. Right? And you do that in a multitude of counselors anyway. You're not going to do that privately.
Right.
If you eloping, that's just dumb. I think the Lord told me to do it, and he told me to do it in secret, and I just popped up married. Okay.
Like, huh?
All right, take your gamble if you want to do that. But if it's a job, you either going to get it or not.
Right.
If it's a business, it's either going to thrive or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Asking the girl out. It's a
Asking
yes
the
or a
girl
no.
out.
It's a yes or a no.
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely. Like showing interest in the man. At least like, hey, you who? I don't know if you like me, but I like you. Only thing he can do is be like, oh, no, thank you.
That's it.
Like, I think a lot of us have a fear of failure. A lot of us have a fear of rejection. And that's what we got to get over more than anything.
Right.
Because God is not up there going like, I can't believe you tried that.
Paralysis
No,
by
you're
analysis.
right.
And
He
some
knows
of us
the-
are natural overthinkers, so we overthink our scenarios. My bad, Hector. You were saying
No,
something?
I interrupted you, bro.
Yeah, paralysis by analysis, because some of us are natural overthinkers and we're not making informed trauma decisions. 'Cause
Right.
We're like, we have trauma and we're like, yo, are they gonna accept me? Are they gonna do it? But just go out there and make it happen.
do it.
Because if he first of all, Jim, like, he don't talk that much. Like, I love you, Preston. He don't talk that much. But
Yeah.
also he'll let you know if he's with you
For
or not.
sure, for sure.
And if you don't feel close to him and doing something, then maybe that's when you repent, right? Or
Absolutely.
maybe that's when you switch or
Absolutely.
you make a pivot.
That's right.
In my life, in my walk specifically, I just felt I needed to move forward. And you know what? The Lord always was like, hey, maybe not right there, but over here, or maybe right there for right now, but then you're going to go this way. So go out and get it, and then tell us what it is.
Bro, I produced an album called If the Lord Said the Same. Because I literally thought I was about to be Lecrae. Like, I thought that was one of the things I was supposed to bring to society. And so I made this album, and I'll never forget. I got to write the theme song for MegaFest on the youth side. And I got to go perform it and all this kind of stuff. I pressed up 4,000 CDs. No, 2,000 CDs. I pressed up 2,000 CDs and Master P'd that thing. Put them on the truck. Drove the truck drove down to Houston. I drove down to Atlanta. I'd have to go with the truck. But once I picked up all my merch, I may have sold 60 CDs out of that 2,000. But I tried it.
You tried it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I had the audience. I had the stage. It did not lead to, oh my God, we sold out and people want to know when I'm doing it. And then I found somebody who was a record producer and I came back home. I still was grinding out, putting out music. And then I just realized after a while, and a while was like a year and a half of like constantly putting out music. Might have been, actually, I think it was more like 2 years. And it was like, I don't think this is it. I didn't feel like, I can't believe I spent all that time. I was out of the Lord's will. No, I wasn't. I was trying to figure out if it was or not. And you can't figure that out off one thing.
Right.
You can't try something one time and know if it's God's will or not.
Come on.
That's good.
You got to have a work ethic, dog. Like, man, don't get me started on this. 10:01, 1 minute after the 10 o'clock hour. Y'all hear that music?
Hey.
Y'all hear that music? We are wide open. These phone lines are wide open. Woo. Right here, we wide open. 1 minute after the 10 o'clock hour Central Standard Time, we are here. You are there. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, world.
Hey.
Good morning, USA.
Hey,
Good morning, wide open world. We are so happy that you are with us. We are here. You are there. And whether you are across this nation or around the world, the phone lines are open. Whether you want to allow us to see you, hear you, thank you for getting us to a position where we can know you and love you. Who's first?
This is Ashley Fisher. She's incredible. She shot the first B-side event that we ever did.
Oh, Ashley.
She came down. She did Julie's wedding.
Yeah, she's amazing. Ashley's the homie.
Ashley, you are on. Welcome to Wide Open. We love you, sis.
You're so pretty.
Hey,
Red
girl.
is your color.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing?
I'm good, Tim. It's good to see you.
It's
How are
good
you?
to see you too.
Okay, I'm gonna try and fit this all in really concisely. I don't know if you'll remember this, but December of 22, right before you made your transition from embassy, you were kind enough to meet with my husband and I. We were leaving our church after 17 years, and you helped us navigate that. I really cannot tell you, after that conversation, we just were so settled, and we hadn't been, and that was such a blessing. It's been almost 3 years since we left.
Wow.
And at the time, we left for some kind of rough situations going on with like kids ministry. Since leaving, though, the further out we've gone, the more has become like unearthed as to like why we should have left a long time before that.
Wow. Okay.
And there's so many things that we could spitfire, because I know that you get that world. And I mean, we could talk about a narcissistic system, talk about a high control system. I jokingly now kind of say it wasn't a cult, but it was cult adjacent. And different things with like the roles of women and sexuality and all of just, there's so many things that my husband and I have been disentangling from and kind of reeling from. And I feel like we have been fighting tooth and nail for our faith. And I told myself, if I ever did get a chance to first tell you thank you for that conversation, but if I ever had a chance to ask you a question that I like, there's so many things that I'd like to ask just for me as a woman getting brought up in the church setting that was just so unhealthy and damaging. But I can't. My husband is who, we were high school sweethearts. We've known each other since we were 14. And what I hear him saying, and it's true, is that we have stripped our faith down to the studs.
Mm.
And right now, you know, we believe the core, that Jesus is real. He died on the cross. He rose again.
Absolutely.
Everything else, we're just going, we don't know. And it's so, it feels like such shaky ground, because where we came from was this mindset of, if you say it the right way, if you pray with the right intonation, and you do all of these things, you'll get XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing that that's just not how it works, but figuring out, okay, then Lord, how does it work? And how in your word, what is prescriptive versus descriptive, you know, like
Right.
traveling around and like walking around the wall 7 times and shouting at it is not a prescription for how to handle a situation. It's a description for something that happened, but you know what I mean? And so trying to sift through all of those things, and when you spoke with us in December of 22, we were like, we had been in ministry for years, and we were like, I don't think we ever want to do that again.
Yeah.
And back doing that again, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just from such a different place.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a
No,
lot.
it's Ashley. I'm like super hyped because you're describing what is the healthiest way to deconstruct so that you can reconstruct.
Yeah.
Like to say that, hey, we have stripped this down to the studs.
Yeah.
Now you can build it back the proper way. Like I've been musing on this since we started Wide Open, okay? Because the Holy Spirit reminded me of something I said that I was just so passionate about, and he actually was like, well, what do you think you're doing now? Right? So I would always say on our basement lives, or if whoever I was doing a basement episode with, right, I would always say, like, you know, the local church is not going anywhere. The local church is important, the gathering place, the congregation, the community. But you need something from Monday through Saturday, right? Like, because Monday through Saturday is where the church actually grows and they're in fellowship. And that's where Acts 2:42 actually takes place, is Monday through Saturday, right? So I'm looking at Acts 2:42, which says they were devoting themselves to the teaching of the emissaries. This is Tree of Life, and to fellowship, to breaking bread, and to prayers. 4 things that doesn't happen on Sundays.
Right.
They devoting themselves to the teaching. That's after the sermon's over. Fellowship, that's this right now. The breaking of bread and prayers. The only thing that we can't do on Wide Open is have lunch. But Juliet comes on at 12 today to do spend time with Jew, spend lunch with Jew. And so she'll eat with everybody, right? But those 4 things, that's the rhythm of life. And church, what we've tried to do, we've tried to make church on a Sunday in our most aggressive approach to steward people's time, 65 minutes, in our complete disrespect of people's times, 3 hours. Talking to you, Pentecostals. You know what I'm saying? We try to make Acts 2:42 be an all-inclusive Sunday event. And it's not. So if the church would just be honest about what Sunday's supposed to be, which is a celebration that we made it through the week, we're all going to come in here and worship, and then we're going to hear a word to be reminded as a community, and then we're going home. That's it. Stop telling us we a family. Stop telling us we want to do life together when you cannot do life together 65 minutes a week.
Yeah.
That is not life.
Yeah.
You're going to have 3 to 5 people, maybe 5 to 7. If you're an extrovert, maybe you got 10 people that you're going to be on the phone with, doing life with, praying for each other. Y'all like each other enough to go to each other's house. We got to stop trying to make like turn around and greet somebody. I don't care. I don't
Yes.
care. Like I'll hug you. Yes. I'll treat you better than I'll treat the passenger next to me on a plane. Like we're at a church service together, but like get to know somebody in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, go to somebody you don't know, tell them your name. They're going to forget it.
Yeah.
It's too much going on. My memory's not that good.
Yeah. You're saying the inside part out loud that goes on in my head that
Right.
that I feel bad about, and sometimes because we are coming out of a place that, for whatever reason, and I want to give enough grace, I believe that everybody there believed that they were doing the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
but they were so enmeshed in our lives.
Great word. Enmesh is a
That-
really, really good word.
Yeah, that now coming out of that and getting unstuck from all of that, it makes navigating life go from feeling safe and secure because we're special. Here at this church, we're special.
Yeah.
Because our heart is such a way, and we do this and we do that. We know the Holy Spirit in such a way that there's just this, even if it wasn't said, it was implied over and over again. We're special. And if you stay here and if you do what we agree with, you'll be under that umbrella of protection
And favor, right?
and favor.
Which is so Greek mythology, right? You're on Mount Olympus, and if you leave, you're going to be amongst other mere mortals.
Right. Yeah. And then, you take that and you let that bleed into literally every intimate area of life.
Mm.
It wasn't just your belief system, but it was like from the time I was a 17-year-old girl, because I wanted to please God so much, I was poster child for purity.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley and I were literally made the points of sermons.
Wow.
And then money, the manipulation behind money, healing, physical healing. But then again, okay, but if we stay in this pocket, we're protected and we have favor. So here, for me, when we left, right after we met with you in December of 22, in January of 23, I was diagnosed with a genetic connective tissue disorder and I've gone through some surgeries. It's turned into a podcast and an Instagram page so that I can help other women. 11% of women have it.
Wow.
I had it the whole time that I was there, but I didn't get a diagnosis until after I left. And I think there is a piece of me, it has messed with me. See, you stepped out. The protective covering.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the Lord has brought so much healing, not only to my physical body, but to my heart, because I've been able to turn it around and I'm helping women. Like they'll go to my Instagram page and go, oh my gosh, this is what I have. And we're doing things to help them navigate through it because it's a crappy disease.
Yeah.
But I still, I go back to that. Like if I had stayed, but that doesn't even make sense. I had it when I was there.
Right.
Me.
It just, yeah, that is such a interesting way that the enemy would try to play with us for our bravery and our obedience, right? That he would actually use a weakness that God can get glory out of as a narrative of look what happened when you left the covering. And yeah, that's if that's not code adjacent, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Because that for that thought to even come in your mind lets you know how toxic and manipulative the environment actually was.
Yeah. But we're the crazy ones.
Of course you
because-
are. Absolutely. Of course you are. You got off the island, right?
Yeah.
You got off the island, and who would leave paradise? People that are about to drink poisonous Kool-Aid, that's who.
Well, and so then with that, I was telling a good friend of mine the other day, and I think she's listening, that at my worst, on my worst days, my thought is, really, Lord, this is my lot. Like, I get the screwed up mentality about sexuality that has impacted my husband and I we'll be married for almost 15 years. I get the disease that mangles the body and is super not fun. And I get to be the chick that came out of the cult adjacent church that I feel like it makes me weird. And on my worst day, I feel, and this isn't every day because but the bad days come.
Yep.
I feel ruined. I trust him with all my heart. I love him so much. He has been nothing but present and faithful and good. And I'm not a special character that gets special favor because I believed something a certain way, or I prayed something with a right intonation, or I did something the right way. So it just leaves me feeling, God, then where do I stand? And I just feel in all of the intimate places in my life, at my worst, I feel ruined.
Ashley, ruin sounds final. What is it about this season on your worst days that makes you believe this is final?
And I think part of the danger in that word of faith movement is that, again, it sets us up to think that we're almost like little gods. We say it, so it's going to happen.
Right.
And now that I know that that's not the case, and I have to settle with the fact that, you know what, I stand as good a chance as anybody when I get on that airplane next week that it could go down with me on it. It's not going to necessarily stay up in the air just because I'm there.
Right.
Because I believe him a certain way.
Right.
Life felt, I think there were so many things too that because I started there at such a young age and had family ties there, there's a lot of intricate relationships there. And for years had people saying, you hear from God, Ashley. You hear from God. You are a mother of the house. You are you hear from God. But the moment that I spoke up when something was wrong, that all went out the window. And I feel spat out and just left to now pick up the pieces and figure out faith and life on my own. And whereas all that to say, I feel like I had this direction, like I want to speak, I want to write, I want to do things for God, that now I'm like, I have no idea where I'm going.
It is a very disorienting place to be. And at the stage you are in right now, it's the best place that you could be.
Yeah.
Because everything that you're piecing back together right now is true. Everything you're piecing back together right now is theologically aligned.
Right.
Everything that you're piecing back together right now is righteous and pure and holy and integral. Okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. All right, let me ask this question. That's on your worst day.
Mhm.
On your best day, how do you feel?
On my best
With everything that you just said and all the realities and the truth of all the things, in your moment of clarity on your best day, when all of it is aligned and you're thinking clearly, ruined is what you feel on your worst day. What's the word on your best day?
purposed, if that's a word.
We'll make it a word.
Make it a word.
Yes.
On my best day, I like me. And I like that. I love the things that he's gifted me to do. I'm a photographer. The podcast has been a blessing. I like helping people. I spend a lot of time just messaging women back and forth all day, just encouraging them. I like being the person that I hope makes God look approachable, because I never want to be a hindrance to anybody seeing how approachable and good he is. So on my best day, I'm very confident of that.
Okay. On your okay, this is really good. Okay. So on your worst day in your cult adjacent church. On your worst day in your cult adjacent church, how did you feel?
Like when I was still there?
Yeah,
or
when you
after?
when you were still there.
Well, I feel like I was a little bit too like almost brazen to be like, I don't know, like, I'm going to do these things because I'm special, almost arrogant.
Okay, so on your worst day there, you felt arrogant.
Yeah.
Okay, on your best day in that system, how did you feel?
On my best day, I felt sure that God had called me to do things that would impact his kingdom. And I was going to be a help in that.
Got you. And you've used you have had one word answers for everything until the best day in that cult adjacent environment. You outside of the environment you had ruined. Outside of the environment, on your worst day you were ruined. On your best day you were purpose. Inside the environment, on your worst day you were arrogant, and on the best day a lot of words. And let me tell you why you had a lot of words, because that's legalism. I got a list. These are all the reasons why I can do all the things that God called me to do, because I'm checking all the boxes and I'm doing all the right things, and I'm ringing all the bells, and I did my devotional this week, and I prayed this week, and I spun around 3 times this week, and I paid my tithes after I got paid, and I lifted up holy hands in worship, and I went for reckless abandon in worship, and I did a twirl, and I did the women's group, and I supported the pastor, and I sent the emails, and I sent the, I gave somebody an Easter tract to join us for Easter services, one of 3 that we're having, over the weekend. And that's legalism.
Yeah. But it was branded as the way.
Absolutely. That's what the Pharisees did too.
Ugh.
They branded it as the way so much they murdered the way to keep it their way.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he's Yahweh.
Right.
The God way.
Yeah.
So, and that's a play on words. That's not like the Hebrew. I don't want nobody to be like, Yahweh doesn't mean God's way, Tim. I'm like, everybody calm down. I say all that to say, Ash, that I am so proud of you for giving yourself permission to live outside of the religious bubble.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, you're not the first one to do so. Yeah. Paul experienced nothing but trouble. On average, this is arbitrary and I'm just making it up. It seemed like every 21 days, he was either getting whooped, stoned, imprisoned, shipwrecked, bitten by a snake, flogged, accosted, threatened, all the things. This is after he left the religious bubble of the Sanhedrin court. This is a Pharisee of Pharisees. He is mentored by Gamaliel. His life was cush.
Yeah.
He decides to deconstruct his faith, which he absolutely did in those 3 days that he was in Judas's house on Straight Street. Ananias gets a word from God to go over there and lay hands on him. Scales fall from his eyes. He preaches the gospel. And guess what? The same guys that loved him 72 hours ago want him dead. And that was his life until he died in Nero's persecution. Sometimes deconstructing our faith and literally following Yeshua after escaping all the trappings of our cult or cult adjacent institutions doesn't mean that we're now running through a field of lilies.
Right. No.
It just means, oh, I really have the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings who's present with me in my persecution, in my sickness, in my illness, in my weaknesses. That's why Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter number 12, therefore I glory in my weaknesses.
Yeah.
I prayed, Yeshua, take this away. Yeshua's response, my grace is sufficient. Okay, I guess I'll have a weakness party.
Right.
Okay, I guess I'll start a YouTube channel and a podcast for the 11% of women that are going through my thing. Because in that code adjacent thing, if these symptoms would have flared up to where you are now, there must be sin in your life.
Yes. Yeah. And that was the mentality was, and it was even said, if you are ill, you are in error.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and but then getting out of that and navigating life now, navigating a new church and leading worship again. And, all of these things, I'm just at a place where I'm just trusting that God is okay with the process, because even things like tithing, like it was used in such a manipulative way that I'm just like, Lord, if you tell me to tithe, I'll do it. But right now, I don't know how I feel about that.
Understandable. Understandable.
So, but then I worry again, it triggers this. I cannot tell you, Tim, how many times a day I find myself asking God, are you mad at me? Is this okay? Are you mad at me? Is this okay? Are you mad at me? Is this okay? Constantly.
And that is the detoxification of a religious environment.
But good Lord, we're almost 3 years out.
How long were you in?
17.
Give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Ash, give yourself some grace. Give hubby some grace. Tell hubby to give himself some grace. You cannot be in an environment for 17 years and think after 3, you're still not flinching.
Yeah.
I know we always want to heal faster than we actually can.
Yeah.
I gotta say that again, and I need somebody to put it in the chat. We
Mm-hmm.
always try to heal faster than we actually can.
Yeah.
If you rupture your Achilles right now, if you tear your Achilles right now, it's going to be 12 to 18 months. There's just no getting around it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it heals when it heals. And so I want you to give yourself time. And just for, I want, because I identify with you in this, I want to give you some perspective. The worst spiritual wound that has ever been inflicted on me took 10 years to heal.
Mm-hmm.
10 years.
I remember you talking about your pool as a kid.
That's exactly right. That's right. That's exactly
and
right.
That's where I've been. Just
Yeah.
The hose is in the pool, and it's slowly but surely, gradually, it's getting filled back up.
That's right.
Yeah, and I want, my husband is one of the most precious men. I know I'm biased, but that man is so precious. And I have been processing these things. When you had Jenna Mountain on the podcast and y'all did the episode that women don't like the sex they're being offered.
Yeah.
That upset our world. He was like, dang it. And when I heard her, I was like, I need her in my life. And I reached out, and it took 7 months, but now I've been seeing her for over a year.
That's awesome.
I've been doing my work. I've been actively every day. I'm thinking through these things. I'm processing it. But Bradley, I don't know if he has the words or if he's even really captured in his heart the impact of all of this, because again, the relationships, the familial relationships that are tied into this thing for us, it goes really deep.
Of course.
And for him, I think he feels like, I love Jesus, and I know that he died for me. I know he rose again, but other than that, I don't know.
Yep.
And I don't know really how to help him in that, getting that, going further than that, not staying there. And I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I just want you to know, after 3 years, if that's where he is, he's on par. He's fine. Your position as his wife and his the him outside of him is enough, and there is a healing that takes place. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lord. Because you all did say that you're in another church now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's this dope verse in Ezekiel. It's so obscure and it's so fire. Let me get it. Oh, Ezekiel. Where is that verse? I thought it was in the 30s. Maybe it's in the 40s. No, it's in the 30s. Nope. One moment, please. Where is that thing? Not y'all playing music.
Just keep the vibes going
It's
on the Bible drop.
It's this hold music that is hilarious to me. Can you turn it off because it's distracting? Thank you. Oh, where is it? Okay, hold on. Is it earlier in the 30s? I tatted this, so I know it's here. I think we just came up on it. Yes. Okay, so this is I knew it was in the 30s. So this is Ezekiel chapter number 30, verse number 21. It seems so obscure, but then I'll explain it. Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Behold, it has not been bound up to be healed or put in a splint so that it is wrapped up with a bandage to grow strong to wield the sword. I was reading this one day in my just devotional time, probably, oh my gosh, this has to be now maybe 12 years ago, maybe 13. It's just some random verse. It's talking about the doom of Egypt, and then Pharaoh gets his arm broken. It hasn't been bound up to be healed or put in a splint. Other versions actually call it a cast. And there's two ways to heal a broken bone. It can be set in a cast where you can't move it, or you can put it in a sling. Now, most people, if they just put it in a sling, it's going to heal, but it's not going to heal straight. The cast keeps it. The bone will fuse back together, but it might not, you might have a little dip or crook in it, right? And it is so important to be in a cast and not in a splint. And you all having a church community 3 years removed from where you were is ensuring that you have a cast. The people that stay home, I'm just done with church, I've been too hurt, they heal, but there's a little crook. It ain't straight because they took themselves out of community, right? And they reform themselves into their own theology that nobody else in the community can press against and be like, what the hell did you just say? You know what I'm saying? So I just applaud the fact that he's in a cast at all is enough to let me know he's healing. And y'all are different. You're going to have 5 times as much words as he's going to have just by the fact that you're a woman and he's a man, right? But I just ask you to have faith in the process and to continue the good work that you're already doing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
I have to just tell you, so November of 23 at the B-side launch, I was there, and I was one of the ones that got to take photos that night. And I had really wanted to tell you just again how much just taking the time to talk with us, how much it really just set us up for just a path of healing. And I watched you hug and talk to probably about 800 people that night. We were all standing around there kind of delirious. But I was just sitting there and just capturing these moments. And it was about 2 a.m. And I mean, your security guard cracked me up because he looked like he was about to fall asleep standing up. But
I could have got murdered that night for sure.
But I wanted so bad to go, Tim, I just got to tell you, like, thank you so much and give you a hug. And I went, and I couldn't do it.
Oh, wow.
And actually, when I got there that night, in the parking garage, you were parked there, and I could see just how nervous you were. And I stood there, and we caught eyes, and I went, as if to say, you're going to do great. And then I realized he didn't know who I am. And so I kept walking. But all that to say, I didn't get my hug, but I really do. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And I just thank you for who you are. Thank
you, Ashley. I love you. I love your husband. I'm so grateful to see your face today and to get an update on what's going on. Y'all are in a really healthy place, and just continue to do your work and everything's going to be good.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of both of you. Please tell your husband I said hi, okay?
I will. Thanks.
Okay. I love you all.
Love you. Thanks.
Okay, bye. That's the homie right there. I love me some Ashley. Shout out to 1100 that's in the live chat. Thank you all so much for being a part of what we're doing here at Wide Open. Was that not supposed to?
No, the cinematic voice.
Yeah.
Fries.
Yeah. Yeah. It is giving FM DJ voice. Hey, the Quiet Storm. Next song up is Always and Forever.
Oh,
It's going out to
jam.
Sharon from Gary.
Oh, wow.
He wants you to be his always
Aww.
and forever.
Hey, my babies. I sing that song to my babies.
Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together. I'll always love you forever, forever. Yeah.
I love you.
Yes. All right, who's next?
We got Terrance pulling
Terrance,
up on the
what?
scene.
Terrance?
Got Terrance
What's
pulling
cracking, Terrance?
Hey.
I'm singing and singing.
up. Terrance, you're on, my friend. How you doing, sir?
Hi, Hector. I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you just fine. It's good to hear your voice.
That should be. That should be on there. Can you see me?
Yeah. Oh, no, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
You can click the little video icon, and it should unlock your camera so that you can.
You just gotta believe, brother.
You just gotta believe,
Just
player.
gotta believe.
That level of
Hey.
encourage-
I
Hey.
don't know why it's not showing.
It's PAX, man. It's PAX. PAX is like,
Hold on, brother.
you got it.
You see it now? All right. It's all right.
It's all good.
It's all good, man.
I'm on the computer, so I don't know what is going on. Anyway, I'm Terrance. This I didn't know I was gonna be this nervous about this. Everybody kept talking about it. When Derek told me yesterday, I went to bed late and woke up early because I couldn't stop thinking of running this through my head. So
Wow. No worries.
first, I just wanna appreciate you, man. I thank you for all this you do, for everything that's been going on. I've been watching The Basement for a little over a year and a half, and man, I got that tattoo like quick, and that thing has.
Terrance has the B tattoo with us.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Thank you, man. That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So first I wanted to talk to you about I was in the Houston show, the improv.
You came to the
a couple of
show.
days back. Yes, I was there, and
Thank you so
it was
much.
phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really good, and it helped me a lot with. So I'm going through some stuff right now, and Jamie's portion of it, he kind of helped me where I could laugh on about something that's happening in my family right now, like suicide. You know, when he went all out on that,
Yes.
it kind of gave me permission to just relax about something like that.
Yes, sir.
then,
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Later, hold on one moment.
No worries. It's the first time this happened on a call. Like, hold on, someone's at the door.
His DoorDash is pulling up.
I think Amazon just delivered something. Let me get
Hey,
check.
check this out. We gotta
Hey,
sign
There he is.
Jack.
That's my dude.
Jack.
What's popping?
I have to switch it up.
Yeah.
Believe.
Okay. We can see you now, my friend.
So much better.
Okay, so yeah, that beats.
Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Yeah, so I had so my daughter has been going through some things, going through suicidal ideation. So it was kind of like when I was able to laugh about that, it kind of broke a little bit of things for me there. And then I came in with a friend that afternoon, that evening.
Yes.
And when we were on the way there, we were talking about marriage. And she was talking about some things like she was in a relationship. She talked about how she didn't get married because she was worried about marriage. She coming from an apostolic type of church.
Got it.
So yeah, we were talking about that. So she said she don't get married because she's worried about getting divorced because the Bible says this. So I was trying to be like, okay, there's grace. So when you ended up with hey, when you told your story about meeting Juliet and you talk about like, hey, let's do you choose the crazy you're willing to live with.
That's right.
And oh boy. I looked at her and on the way back, I think that hit because on the way back, I said, you heard what he said? She's like, yeah. You
Wow.
pick the crazy you're willing to live with.
That's right.
And you go on. So it was pretty cool.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. My question is, so let me give you a little bit of context. I grew up in Cameroon. I'm 46. Actually, I just turned 46 today.
Oh, today? Happy birthday.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh my God, happy birthday.
So yeah, this is pretty cool that I was able to call in because I've been trying to get in, but my work schedule is 9 to 5.
Understood.
So I'm in and out. So I was in so I grew up in Cameroon in a polygamous family. My dad had 5 wives and multiple children. I think I like to say upwards of 40 children.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
literally. So there's been a lot of so I was married once before, got divorced because of me being unfaithful.
Okay.
There was a whole lot of going, and then when that marriage ended, I got into this life of total promiscuity.
Okay.
I was living a wild life.
Yes, sir.
So I was Catholic. I grew up as a Catholic, and I was Catholic at the time. And if you know, I know you know about the Catholic Church. There's a whole lot of punishment versus I didn't know grace.
Right, for sure. Absolutely.
And a lot of times it was like I had to do so much to be able to be forgiven.
Correct.
And so after a while I stopped going to confession because I knew I grew up in the church. I was going to some days I would go to 4 services a day because we're playing the xylophone in church. So it would always be like I have to be in the choir. I'm doing all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in there, like literally, I went to church so much that my schoolmates, I went to boarding school for 7 years. So that so much that my schoolmates called me Archpope, which it was literally that much.
Yeah.
So then the life that I was living after I got married, it wasn't really the best. And at that point, we have 2 girls. You want to say hi? Yeah. So I have 2 girls. They're actually watching right now.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, y'all. I love you.
Yeah, so it's been I had to ask for permission to talk about some of the stuff.
Of course, and I'm grateful you got permission because then you probably would have got you would have ran their fade if you didn't.
Yeah, so it's definitely so. When I got divorced, due to an infidelity, it was really hard. And when I got out of them, it was hard on them, us separating. And then later on, I got into another relationship. This time, not only being unfaithful, I was with a woman who was married for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really hard. After all of that, I got into a relationship with an African American woman. The first, really serious relationship that I really did.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of mentality in African men. Because I'm from Cameroon, I'm African, so there's a lot of mentality where there's this outlook with regards to African American women. The way we Africans view it's kind of like, man, they are not for us. Basically,
interesting.
But a lot of it, I know it's fear because a lot of African men, they used to being overbearing and over their, like the ones submissive.
Yeah,
women, not
absolutely.
Not submission in a real, true biblical way.
Yeah,
you are submitting, and I'm not.
Right, absolutely correct.
Yeah. So then I got into this relationship with this woman from day one. We were doing this from day one. It was kind of like hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was good at the beginning. but it was a very severely abusive relationship, emotionally, mentally, and a lot. I mean, at the beginning, physically also. I was living with my mom at the time before we met, so the thing progressed so quickly. We moved in together within 5 months of meeting, and I remember the first argument that we had was on July 4th of 2019. I had never had somebody talk to me in the way she spoke to me.
Wow.
And right then was the day that relationship should have ended, but it continued for 4 more years.
Wow. Wow. 4 more years. What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I was going through a lot. There was a whole lot of, I'm a person who, my love language really is words of affirmation.
Got you.
So when you flip that, it's a big wound on top of not getting the words of affirmation, you're hearing the opposite, all condemnation. It becomes really, really hard. She was also very messed up with my children to the point where, the way she would treat them, I started treating them also the way she would treat them. My ex-wife, she's a very kind person. We had a really good relationship after we got divorced. And when my ex-fiance came into the picture, her primary job was to pretty much get rid of my ex-wife out of the picture. So she was saying all these things, keep accusing me of trying to get back with her, and there was just so much insecurity and so much emotional abuse. Then she starts working to turn my kids against their mom and turn them against me. And the kids are resilient, so they had to figure out a way to survive because they saw how I was with this woman. That I wasn't their protector, the person that I should have been for them.
Yes, sir.
In this relationship. So we go through all this, and eventually they start coming. They come and live with us. We go through custody battles, which were completely unnecessary. Honestly, then they start living with us, and I literally saw a true life Cinderella situation where she had 2 kids, I had 2 kids, and the treatment of her kids versus the treatment of my kids was horrendous.
Wow.
It was so, and I contributed to that. And when you talk about, when I hear you talk sometime about, when I hear people talk, she always called me narcissistic. That I was an abuser, that I was treating her. But mind you, I was the only person working at the home for over 3 years, and she was in control of the money. She was in control basically of my whole life. And then she went and worked on separation from my family. So for almost 3.5 years, I wasn't talking to my family because every time she would be like, I'm okay where you go. But every time I go visit my family, it's a battle. It's a battle. So it becomes really, really difficult to do anything without a fight. My mom used to live with me. And one time I had packed up our stuff to leave with my mom. So we were going to leave, but then my younger brother came to pick us up. And then so when he came, my mom eventually left with him, and I didn't go. And from that moment on, my mom wasn't welcome back in my house. And she lived with me from the time she came to the U.S. She was living with me before I moved in with this lady. And so it was just a messed up situation. And my family is just looking at me from afar. They're not talking to me. They're like, I'm crazy. Let me go back a little bit. From July 4th of 2009, when I told my sister-in-law, who is one of my greatest friends, what had happened, she was like, you got to get out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
But a lot of the time, my youngest daughter, she was telling me, man, this is not working. But I wasn't listening. I wasn't seeing. Like literally, all I was doing is trying to figure out how a way to get her to like me.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it was really difficult. So when Madge the other day was on her call and talking about how she was going through all this and asking herself questions like, how I'm smart, I'm a lawyer, I do all this stuff. Like, how did I fall into this? I practice as a nurse practitioner.
Yes, sir.
I was asking myself constantly, like, how did I get myself into this? And it was a very shameful thing because I couldn't really go to my good friends, my closest friends, to talk to them because men don't get abused. So they really won't. So in my mind, men don't get abused. So how am I even going to present this to to them.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that shame, and then there was, so it just kept going on and on. And I tried to leave so many times. It was probably 15 times I left and came back.
Wow.
I would go to my brother's house and come back, and eventually, because I didn't really have a relationship with God, with Christ, right?
Right.
So I would I would say a prayer sometimes. Like I would say a prayer like, God, you got to get me out of this situation. I don't
Right.
like what's going on. And it would be like probably 30 minutes later, we would get into a fight that can break everything up.
Yeah.
I would want to leave, but then we would talk and leave. I was like, so I kept feeling like God was giving me these opportunities when I asked for it like rapidly,
Yes.
and I wouldn't even follow through. So finally, one day in May of 2023, I had prayed that night, like, Jesus, I submit myself, I surrender completely to you. This is not me. I can't do it. The very next day, we had a crazy argument. All the time, we would all go leave together. So it was very difficult for me to extricate my kids from the home
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times because she had this hold over them. So then eventually we that Sunday, May 7th, we went to church just by ourselves. And when we got out of church, I talked to them and I was like, okay, man, we can't go back to that house. They said, I'm with you.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
like, yeah, we're with you. And I called my older brother, him and his wife. They came, picked us up, and literally we left with the clothes on our back.
Wow.
And that's how it ended. So, which brings me so I started building a life back. So, my questions, I have like 4 questions. But one of the things that really bothered me a lot was how she treated my mom and how I in turn treated my mom. Because my mom got sick. One time we were out in the area of San Antonio. My mom got sick. She was undergoing surgery. We were out on vacation. I tried to leave, but she made it impossible for me to. We had one vehicle there. So my mom is pretty much in surgery, and I'm not there, and it's just breaking me down. The relationship that I had with her, I barely could speak with her. So when I finally got out of then she got sicker and sicker. Eventually, we had to send her back to Cameroon, and she got better there. Then as
Good.
she was getting better, we were thinking, okay, we're gonna do these things for her, and then February 28th, I got the call. She died. So it was a blessing. It was hard, but this is one other thing that I owe you for because it was 4 days before that your dad had passed. So watching you go through the grieving process kind of help make it easier for me to say, okay, I can cry. Because
Yes,
the
sir.
moment my brother called me and told me that, I broke down, and that whole day I was just crying on and off, on
Yes,
and
sir.
off, on and off.
Yes, sir.
But my mom had found out a few months earlier that I had left that relationship, and she was just so happy because she had been trying to get me out of there and to get me and my brothers back together because we weren't talking because every time we would talk, my ex would pick up the phone and text them and just curse them out.
Yeah.
So they kind of like cut me off, like literally, because I wasn't listening. So now it brings me back. So I've gone through a lot of healing. I've gone through. There's this program at my church that I've gone through for. It's called Trauma Reboot.
Okay.
Like as soon as I got out of that relationship, the church was starting a session, and right there I got into. It's a 12-week program, basically process group for an hour and a half every Sunday.
Fantastic.
I was in that like the whole time, 12 weeks. And then the next time they asked me, you want to facilitate the group? I said, yes. So this is my 4th time in that group and just doing over and over, just talking and just, whatever
Yes.
doesn't come out of your mouth. So I just have to release it constantly.
Yeah.
So now we come to the point where, okay, so my kids went through that. They start going through a lot of mental health struggles. They start going through PTSD, basically.
Of course.
Because of everything that had happened. So
Yep.
we're trying to build a relationship. They want to stay. They're staying mostly with their mom. It's hard for me to build a relationship back with them. So kind of like out there, like trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And it's improved a lot. It's improved a lot, and it's improving every day. But we come to this point now. My youngest, got really, really bad. So we got, I mean, on a few months ago, I found out. I don't want to say too much about this,
Understood?
but I mean, the OG dwellers will know when I say I was in the position that you were worried about your dad.
Yep.
When you were 8 years old, I got
Yes.
in that position
Yep.
where I mean, somebody was about to die.
Yep. Absolutely. For sure.
So then she starts yes, with self mutilation. We go to the hospital. We come. So it's just been thoughts of suicide and things like that. Then
Yep.
it's hard for me because I know I was a huge part of taking them into this position. So as I'm trying to, which is my first question, as I'm trying to get them to help them heal, I don't really know how to. I mean, sometimes I don't know how to do that without making it about me, without actually going into a shame spiral and then start projecting that, and just instead of just asking questions, and then I'm starting to say, oh, is it this, is it that, is it that? So it kind of like hinders her healing, and she's told me, she's honest, she's told me that too,
Yeah.
about that time. Then my next question is, I think when my mom died, I had a hard time because when they told me my mom was dead, I was devastated. The first thing that came into mind is like, God, she's not here anymore. The second thing that came to my mind was I have unfinished business with her because I had never really spoken to her or apologized or talked about what went on throughout this entire relationship and how I treated her and how I really literally abandoned her throughout. So it was I know I had called earlier on. I mean, just shortly after that had happened, and you had answered my question at that point, just told me to grieve at that point. But
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work through that. I still have I mean, when I look at her pictures, sometimes when I see like, and even some to the point where sometimes I wonder if the way I treated her didn't cause her illness. Didn't lead to the illness because it was really some dementia like illness which had no place. It was crazy. Then so that's the second question, like how do I get to that point? I'm trying to figure out. I feel like I've forgiven myself, but then it comes back over and over.
Okay.
Yeah, then my next question is about relationships. So just with that backstory of what I went through, I've tried. I mean, I feel like I'm ready to date and go all this, other stuff. But now I'm in a paralysis place where I am overthinking everything. And I ask my family, so I'm kind of like thinking, okay, I ask people, like, I mean, what do you think? I mean, basically, like, who do you think I should date? Or what? I mean, and then I'm like almost to the point where I'm like, I'm just waiting, hoping someone will introduce someone to me, which is not bad, because I mean, they kind of like vetted them, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to do anything that is going to cause the hurt. I don't want to get into anything that's going to end up causing the hurt that I went through, that I put my children through. Then I get to them. I'm like, then I'm at the point now where I'm like pretty much thinking like, am I going to be too trigger happy? Like, because I went too fast in the last relationship. I don't want to repeat that mistake. I mean, I'm back in counseling again. I'm discussing this also with my therapist, and it's just a little bit of a very heavy question for me. And then my last question is actually a complete pivot from this. So when I got into I'm going to a new non-denominational church next to here, and it's been really, really good church for me. So as a Catholic, I never did anything about tithing. I knew nothing. I didn't tithe. I didn't do anything. So when I did offerings from time to time. But when I came to this, watching you, watching Preston, watching Mike Todd, I was kind of like, I kept hearing like end of 2023, I could not stop hearing about tithing. Everywhere I turned, it was, so I kind of like, I figure, I think I'm supposed to do it. I think I'm supposed to do this. But when I got to the point where in January, I'm about to start tithing, then I'm questioning, but what if I don't have enough money? What if I don't? So I'm in the shower one day and I hear clearly, I know the Holy Spirit spoke to me that like, he will do the greatest with the 90% to just do it, to just do it. So I started doing it, and he certainly did. But I always have this fear and all this restriction with money, like worried about. I mean, when I'm trying to be generous, I worry like, am I gonna run out of money? And watching you, how generous you are, I definitely prayed a couple of dangerous prayers, which is kind of like a very. I prayed. I mean, to God, like help me be as generous as Tim Ross. And then the next thing that I prayed was because I watched a sermon from Mike Todd where he said, if he says so, so. So I keep repeating that in my prayer. So a few months ago, I hear this word. I feel like the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and it's really bothering me because I feel like He said there's someone that I've been talking to. I mean, they've been going through a lot of stuff. I felt like I was supposed to help, and He spoke this huge sum of money, which I'm like, at first I was like, okay, I'm happy that you trust me with that. And I have a bonus that comes around March. And so literally the word that I heard was like, use that bonus. I mean, it's about 6,000. The word I heard was, the amount I heard was $6,000. So I was like, whew, this is I was pumped up though, and I wrote it down and I fasted. I mean, with 21 days, and I did all this stuff, and I kind of like, okay, I think this is the Holy Spirit. But then I started working with Dave Ramsey, and I started putting out my debt, and I was like, oh, this is a lot. I need to pay off this credit card. So now in my mind now, because he says, pay off the debt, then you can give like no other. So so you're not really. You just focus on paying. So now I'm thinking, so do I actually go out of my way and actually do this thing that I feel like I heard the Holy Spirit, or not?
Okay.
Because now I'm having second thoughts. Like, so I kind of like looking for confirmation or whatever you think about that, because it's just like, I know I feel like I hear the Holy Spirit a lot now more than ever. But I also don't want to be a bad steward, because there are
Absolutely.
things going on in my family
Absolutely.
that I need to handle as well.
Okay. No worries.
I know this was a whole lot. I
got you, Terrance. Thank you. First of all, I love you very much. I thank you for your vulnerability, and I'm going to answer every one of your questions. Thank you for taking the time to give me full context to it. I am going to go through your questions in order. So I'll start with the kids first, and then address mommy, and then the relationship, and then the tithing. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Before I do any of that, I want to tell you that you are a good man.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you are a man of humility. You are a humble man. To be able to acknowledge your mistakes and to call your fouls, and to admit that I did some things wrong that impacted my children. I did some things wrong that impacted my relationship with my mom. I stayed in a relationship longer than I should have stayed in it. I was abused in this relationship. That takes humility. That would take humility for any man. There is another layer as an African man. And so I do not want to say anything to you before I acknowledge the humility that you possess.
Thank you.
You are a humble, godly man.
Oof. That blessed me. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's the truth. It's the truth. All right. So dealing with those beautiful girls that you have, and what they're walking through, I want you, my encouragement to you is to allow them to talk about their experiences and to discipline yourself to allow their experiences to be their own narrative, and you have to compartmentalize your role in it.
Okay.
It would be, you've already confessed and admitted to the role that you played in it. And now they have a story to tell that they get to fully own. What I want you to do is be more curious as they share these stories about what they're going through, as opposed to trying to fix, as opposed to walking away going like, I did all this. This is all my fault. Because they still have choices.
Yeah.
You could have, it's like if I get punched in the mouth, I have a choice to grab an aluminum bat and fracture somebody's skull. That's a choice, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
getting hit is a reality, but then shooting somebody is a choice. And I got like, yes, I did get hit, but also I grabbed my gun. Like I went to my car and grabbed my gun and came back and shot up the club. I'm going to prison. Right? Nobody cares that I got punched first. They care about my reaction. And so obviously it's a scary thing when you got one of your children who is struggling with suicidal ideation and the cutting and all that kind of stuff. And I just want you to support them and be with them right where they are. Whether you're a part of the narrative or somebody else is part of the narrative, I just want you to be a present father. Those girls don't hate you. Those girls don't hate you, or else they wouldn't have given you permission to be on camera and be talking about them.
Yeah.
Those girls love you. They just want to be understood by you, and they want to know that you're safe enough that they can share what they need to share, and you're not going to turn into Mr. Fix-It.
I do that.
Right?
Yeah.
They just need to know that you actually heard them and that you weren't just okay, hurry up and be quiet so I can fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So my encouragement to you is be present with them. Be present with them, man. They love their daddy. Be present with them. They're there on your birthday. If they didn't like you, they didn't have to be there.
No.
They could have been with their mama, bro.
Yeah. Actions speak louder.
That's right. Yeah, be present with them. They want a present daddy. When they got time with you, put the phone away. Don't be thinking about bills. Don't be thinking about work. Just lock in on them, bro. Because how old are they?
13 and 15.
You're gonna blink.
I'm already blinking.
Right? You're going to blink, and they're gonna be 25 and 23.
Yeah, we're driving already.
Right? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
my encouragement to you is to continue to just be present with them. They need their daddy. They love their daddy, and I know you love them, or you wouldn't have led with questions about them. And so, continue to be present. And my big thing is be curious. Just be curious, not nosy, curious. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's for the kids.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. For mom, listen, the pain of not having a closer relationship with your mom, that's heartbreaking. And there's so much to grieve in your relationship with your mom. I did want to ask a question, and I hope it's not invasive. But if it is, you don't have to answer it at all. Did you historically have a great relationship with your mom, and then just when you got in this relationship with this woman, it changed? Or how historically, what would you say your relationship with your mom was like?
So we've had when I was in Cameroon, growing up younger, I mean, there's a lot of kids. There was a lot of kids.
Right.
So it was get the time that you can get. But
Right.
she's always been present for me. And then when I came to the US, I mean, I've been here 21 years. She came a few years after me, and she was living with me. So we had a good relationship. I mean, everything that she did. I mean, she didn't drive, and so I did everything for her with her.
Yep.
And so we did have a really good relationship. And on the flip side, my younger brother who is here, he was not really hands-on a lot with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
But when all these things flipped, like literally, it was now him, he was the one in charge. He was like, okay, he stepped up and took amazing care of her.
Yep.
So and that was one other thing that I was like, I mean, sometimes he would feel like I just came and dumped. I mean, he told me like I dumped my mom. I just kind of like absconded my responsibility basically,
Mm-hmm.
and in every way possible.
Yep.
And yeah, when I was going through all of that, I mean, I beat myself up a lot about that because it's like, I mean, I lost my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically to the point where when she would literally even argue me down about stuff in medicine that I know this stuff, and I would
Right. You're the nurse
doubting
practitioner.
I would be doubting myself. I'm like, what the heck?
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, so no, I had a good relationship, and one time actually and while we were living together, something had happened which was very traumatizing, and that's one heavy thing on me. So one time we were in the kitchen, and she was upset with me, and she picked up a candle and smashed it on the floor, and the thing broke into splinters. The glass broke into splinters. And at that same moment, my mom was coming around the walk in the kitchen, and one of the glass splinters got into her foot, and I mean caused a cut there. So I was
Wow.
like,
Yeah. No.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, it was. She went through a lot. I mean, first I abandoned her, and then she went through just all these struggles watching. Well, it wasn't just that we were treating her badly. She was watching her son
Right.
go through.
Abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. So around that whole situation, there's a lot to grieve, and
Yeah.
I want to make sure you grieve it holistically. Right. I want to make sure you grieve all of it, and not just the loss of your mother, but the loss of time with your mother because of the relationship that you were in. Like you've already owned why there was a breach in that relationship. And please know that you are not alone.
Yeah.
We've all lost our mind at some time or another over a person that we were in love with. And whether we allowed macro abuse or micro abuse, I don't think there's anybody, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that would say, I've never extended myself in a relationship because I was in love and allowed things to happen that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, true.
Right. And so, but you've acknowledged it, you've owned it. And so you just need to grieve what you lost as a result. Right. While I was in my crazy state, I lost this relationship with my mom. She goes back to Cameroon and she ultimately dies. And I didn't have the close relationship nor the close proximity that I had in those final days. That's worth grieving.
Yes.
That's worth grieving, while also not letting it turn into I was the bad son that just, oh my God, and going into that narrative. You've forgiven yourself for this, and now you can grieve for that. Okay?
Got it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So on the relationship, how far removed have you been from that relationship now?
It's almost, May will be 2 years.
Okay. That's really good. Okay. So when you're thinking about getting into another relationship, it's going to be you're doing your work. So that's what I commend you on. The process group therapy that you're doing and the other therapy that you're in, you doing the work ensures, and you having a community like this ensures that you don't have to repeat that type of history.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Sorry. Yeah.
Were you about to say something?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because I mean, I do. I mean, it's a mix of things, right? Because when I think about that, I mean, when I think about the decisions that I made, and I know, I have. Before I didn't have it, but I know I have the Holy Spirit in me, the guidance, because I didn't. I mean, even if I did at that point, which I'm not sure I didn't have no conversations with him.
Mm-hmm.
So like one date that I went out on a couple. I mean, I recently, I literally, I literally prayed before I went. Like, I mean, Holy Spirit, if this is not something for me, if this is not going to be good for me, it's not going to be good for my children. Cut it out.
Yeah.
I went on a date and I did this verbal vomit on that first date. And I uploaded a lot of stuff. And we were talking frequently, and then the conversations just start dying out after the date. So I'm like, oh, okay, something is happening. This woman had been introduced to me by my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't hear from her. After a while, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let it be.
Yep.
Then I called, then I meet my friend and I asked him, like, I mean, what's going on? I mean, I have this fear of rejection also, but I've never been rejected in this way before because it was, I mean, I think it was flattering. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when I asked my friend, he was like, oh yeah, she said, you are marriage material and she's not in that part. So she's like, you I was like, okay, is that a compliment?
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically I'm trying to listen and discern, but I don't want to get stuck on people's opinions because historically I've been very concerned about my family. I mean, it's good for my village to be able to chip in sometimes, because we can miss something in this crazy stage when you get into a relationship.
Of course.
But also not have a dependence.
Yes.
That not let them make all the decisions so to speak.
Absolutely. Yeah. I commend you for doing that. And listen, there is going to be, I was talking about this with my god sister. There are people can, if you're in a certain tax bracket, right, you're going to date a certain type of person. If you're in a certain type of career field, you're going to date a certain type of person.
Right.
And these dynamics are different for men and women. If studies have shown that if women are more educated and financially stable, they have a hard time finding a mate. Whereas for men, if they're uber wealthy, they kind of got their pick of the litter. Right? Here is something that I have observed that is going to become, obviously I don't think it's going to become like prevalent because the percentages are always going to be small. But I think there's going to be a serious relational challenge for people who have high emotional intelligence and do their emotional work regularly, that take care of their mental health regularly. Because now we are equipped with a set of tools that the average person doesn't have.
True.
So, for instance, you go on this date and you verbally vomit. If the person doesn't have the same emotional intelligence, who's also going to therapy, that scares them off. Whereas if a person does go to therapy regularly and they have a high emotional intelligence, that's actually going to be a turn on. Like, bro, let me know everything up front. I'm so happy to be with a guy that's self-aware and attuned to his emotions and can actually articulate them, girl, I'm going. I ain't been out with a dude like this yet. I'm definitely going out with him again. Right? Like, I'm just telling you. I'm talking to a lot of people now that do their mental health work regularly. They have a regular therapist. They're equipped with tools. They're getting over their trauma. And when they go out on a date now, it's like, man, I went on 6 dates with this person and they still surface.
Yeah.
I've tried to, you see what I'm saying? I've tried to go deeper with them. And the only thing they can say is, I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah. The weather is nice.
The weather is nice. I'm happy. I'm sad. Well, man, it looks like you don't have a good relationship with your father. No, that's good. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I love you, girl. Hello. I love you. So I just think on the relational front, bro, just be prepared. You've already done 4 years of this process group therapy, correct?
I know 4 times. It's been a year and a half.
Okay, year and a half. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's your 4th cycle.
Yeah, so we go in like 12-week cycles.
12-week cycles. You've gone through that. I mean that's more than the average person. The average person's hasn't gone through one cycle. Right? They tried to do a study that said that the amount of people going to therapy has gone up to like 24%. I didn't believe that number. I started digging in and doing more research. Well, they counted anyone that has gone to therapy one time in a 12-month period.
Oh, no.
Exactly. Yo, the way you said that. Oh, my God. That's exactly right. Oh, no. Like, that ain't it.
No.
One time in 12 months is not it. That's like saying I only brushed my teeth one time this year.
Yeah, you barely introduced yourself to the therapist.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You just got through your story. You didn't even come back to get it unpacked, to start unpacking. So I think on the dating front, relationally, I wouldn't change anything about, I don't know what precipitated you sharing that as much as you did, but if that's the way you're going to start the date, I wouldn't stop doing that until somebody is like, oh my God, tell me more. That would be my vetting process. If you can't handle my verbal vomit, we ain't having a second date.
Yeah, I use that phrase because of Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. And I can't wait to tell him the story. It's going to really be encouraging him to hear you say that. He didn't know what to do with that section about suicide. And so that's going to really encourage him. Okay, let me deal with the last thing now on tithing. I'm going to make this very simple. You felt the Holy Spirit tell you to give that.
Okay.
The end. Hey, anytime the Lord tells me to give a large amount, I know it's him because
right.
I know it's the Lord because the devil ain't gonna ever tell me to give nothing large to nobody to help him out. And I always feel the same way. It's a head rubbing. Oh my God, why? I mean, but he never asked me to give something that I don't have.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I mean, because these bonuses, they're not always working out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So I got the information about how it's gonna work this time, and literally, what seems to be coming after getting taxes out and getting my tithe out, it's probably gonna be $6,000. So I'm like, there's no way. It's scary for me because there's so much stuff that I need to do, but also I'm trying not. I think he's really working on breaking me down with regard to money.
Absolutely.
To the point where it's not a god.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I promise you, the faith. This is so tangible to me right now because I haven't gotten a check like an employment check. Last check was January 15th. Today's March 13th.
Right.
Oh, today's
Yeah.
March 14th. Today's March 14th,
March
right?
14th.
It's your
Yeah, March
birthday,
14th.
right?
Yes.
Right. Like today's March 14th, and he has supplied all of our needs according to his riches and glory.
Definitely, because I mean, we all. I mean, there was a across the board raise that came up. I mean, at the beginning of the year, that I was like, that came out of the blue. So I was like, okay, I mean, he's gonna be faithful to this. I mean, I worry about the mortgage. I worry about. I mean, when the prices go up. I mean, come on, have you bought eggs? I worry.
Listen,
You know?
I've never been happier to be a raw vegan because eggs were my weakness. Y'all know I used to eat eggs every day,
Yeah.
4 a day. And
Yeah.
now that I'm a raw vegan, I just come home and eat some pumpkin seeds and cut a tomato in half. I rinse off a tomato, cut it in half, throw some Himalayan sea salt and olive oil on it, and
And
eat
that's
it. Eat it like it's an apple.
Right.
But it's all going
Yeah.
up, man. It's all going up.
It's yeah.
The Dragon Slayer in Discord. I'm in a similar boat, Tim. My last check was on December 14th. My God has supplied my need. And he does.
Yeah, he does.
He absolutely
He does.
does. So
He does.
I'm so proud of you, Terrance. Thank you so much for the call. You have made my day. I love you so much.
Thank you. And I mean, yeah, you've helped me so much in how I communicate. Like every morning I'm up at 4 a.m. It's not the easiest thing.
You got a Tree of Life
Yeah,
Bible too?
I do. That's right. Yeah.
My
so,
man.
Yeah, every morning I'm in there, then I go work out and come. So it's really been this has been good because I mean one thing that I did, like when I got divorced.
Yes, sir.
So that's how much community influences. So when I got divorced, I got into this group that was like, okay, do whatever you like. I was hanging out with people who were texting online, talking, and just helping each other sleep around.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So when I got out of this toxic relationship, now it was like hard, like because I kind of like. I was like leaning. I was like, oh, I got baptized. I'm in church now, and I kind of like, okay, this is gonna be hard. But all of a sudden, November of that year, we got Discord.
Wow.
So then, yeah. So I just dive in deep here, and I have a couple of people. Shout out Key and Fatima, who like when I get into a bind, sometimes I just be shouting out to them ladies. And they've helped me a lot. One time I fell, got into this relationship, briefly, sexual encounter.
Yep.
Basically last year, after being abstaining for over a year, I was just tearing myself up. And just Fatima was like, okay, here's cuff to condemnation.
I love it.
And I watched that whole cuffing season, and it just changed so much stuff for me. So it's definitely, this has been really supernaturally helpful, honestly.
I'm so grateful,
to me,
man.
Yeah, to my children.
That's beautiful, man. Well, happy birthday to you. I have enjoyed spending this time with you, man. I hope you have a wonderful day. Blessings to your daughters, and have a great weekend, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Hector. Thanks, Willie.
Love you.
Happy
Love you,
birthday.
player.
Love you, bro.
We love you, man. Happy birthday.
To
Thank
you.
you.
Man, what a great day, man. What a great day.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm just being the middleman. I was told that you are needing a haircut soon, and you got somewhere to be.
Oh yeah, I got to go to DC. Well, we wrap up at 11:45 on
Okay,
Fridays
right.
anyway because it's lunchtime with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, at 12 noon, spend lunch with Jew, my beautiful wife. It's gonna be hanging out for probably 60 minutes to 90 minutes with y'all,
Hey.
and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She gonna take her little fine self and give all her little wisdom. And I don't know what she making today. She making something I can't eat.
Just cutting your hair.
No, she's making food.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't leave until the evening. So,
No, I love that song. My Latina self. There we go. It's like
Hey.
little salsa, you know?
¿Lo salsa? ¿De lo salsita?
hey, so I used to date before I got married. I used to date this Haitian girl,
Oh.
and that's when I got introduced to soca floors. Do they have
Soca floors?
so soca floors are like it's in the Caribbean culture. Like this is where you go dance. Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like, so we go. I go out with her, and some songs come on, and we get on the dance floor. We dance, and she turn around. She start putting that booty on me, and I'm like trying to back up because her parents are there.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she start whining on me. I'm like, I need you to calm down, girl. Your daddy is next to me, right? So her mom and her dad are dancing, and her dad literally turns around and looks at me, and I'm like, I got 3 feet because I'm like, sir,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I almost said her name. I ain't gonna say her name.
Oh.
She was just dancing, and her daddy said, "Boy, you better get up on that thing." I said, "Okay, Caribbean culture is just different. Caribbean culture is just different."
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
and I was
Dale,
like,
dale.
and at that point, I'm submitted.
Yeah, right.
I gotta
Right.
submit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I gotta submit to my authority at that point, and so.
Espíritu Santo. Para mi gente.
What's up, pretty?
Para mi gente. Hey.
I love you.
Hey. Para
You
mi
good?
gente.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
It's all good.
We need to go
11:45.
Oh.
Right?
Salsa dances?
Ain't that what we do?
Yeah, it is.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right. You gotta do this little something.
Oh, do I need to end that earlier?
Well,
Well.
We were gonna end right at 11:45.
Fight.
Oh, wow.
I didn't say nothing.
Hey. Para mi
I don't know.
do you have anything to do right after?
A lot of blame shifting going on.
All right. You mind if I just hit you up?
Right after the show?
Yeah.
Oh, not at all.
Okay, great. That's
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. That's that.
So Hector, tell them what time.
I don't know nothing.
Okay, yeah, you do.
I don't know nothing.
So we end at 11:45.
Amen.
Say again. 11:45.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay. So is that a spoiler? Am I not supposed to say that to? All right. So Juliet's gonna edge me up. Juliet is my barber, and I guess spend lunch with Jew is spend lunch with barber Jew,
Barbershop Jew.
because you got to leave afterward. Oh, yeah, for sure. So Juliet's gonna edge me up, and y'all about to see the dopest edge up of all time.
Come on.
Now, Juliet's the only barber that I've ever felt up on. So if you see that she edging me up and I got a handful of cake in one hand, I don't want nobody saying nothing. I'm married to her, so I don't want nobody saying nothing.
Me over here.
Oh, hey baby, that's actually dope. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Okay,
Got the wireless mics, all that stuff.
spend lunch with Barber Jew.
Hey.
Hey, so that's gonna be that's coming up at 12 noon. I'm about to get an edge up.
That's gonna be pretty dope.
Cause I got my hair retwisted last night.
It looks good.
And thank you. And so she does listen, man, she fades and then she gets the blade.
Yeah.
She edges up with the blade.
That straight razor.
Make sure that straight razor's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what I'm saying? Go wash my face and my beard and stuff. And
Last
then-
week on her stream, she was getting at men about barbers and all
Oh,
that
dude,
stuff.
because she was talking about
talking games. Yeah.
the crooked hairline and stuff. Like Juliet, sometimes I'll be looking at Juliet in her eyes, but her eyes ain't looking in my eyes. They're like slightly above my eyes. She's looking at my forehead, trying to she's like,
Yeah.
and you can feel like I don't think that.
I don't think
You know what I mean? You're trying to match the
contact.
eyes. You're like, hey, bro, where you at right now? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Hey, this song, this track is a vibe.
I know,
Isn't
dog.
it?
I'm like, man.
Makes me wanna go
Para mi
salsa
gente, sabor diferente. Mi Timmy, Juli, and Hector, yeah, presente.
Okay.
Música nueva, pa' que te muevas. La más fina como comida latina directamente
Okay.
de la esquina. And if you can't stand the heat, pues salte de la cocina.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. Let me stop.
Okay.
Let me stop.
Yeah, I love it.
Oye mi canto over here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my wife's been. Listen, I've been married. I'll be married 26 years in May. I wish I mean, I think I've been to a barber less than 50 times.
Jelly.
In 26 years.
That's
Super
nice.
jelly, dog. Because
Juliet does that.
You be dropping, like, if you go get your maintenance done, it's a bill.
It is a bill.
It's
bro.
a bill, but it's worth it because it makes you, you got that fresh haircut and it like expires. So let
Yeah.
me like, hey, you better come talk to me before my haircut. Like,
Right.
It's gonna start growing out a little bit.
Exactly.
But it is definitely, it's important.
It is, man.
It's important, man.
I'm with that. I'm with that. Sincere Chris. That gift is hilarious.
There's so many gifts that have been dropped.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, shout out to
gift game is hilarious.
Jacquay, I want to say. Jacquay Ransom, she gifted $199.99.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, she did. And
thank y'all.
We just appreciate your love. She says, God bless you all for your faith, obedience, and ministry. I love you all.
Hey. Hey, Lyndon Tyson just said, is Wide Open still happening? I just left the barbershop.
LOL.
Hey,
That's prophetic. That has to be prophetic.
bring it back.
Lyndon, we here, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, I want to go back to
Hey,
Cali.
hey, so check it out.
Yo, go, Tim, go.
What's up at 11:40 in the morning?
Hey.
Woke up, crack a dawning. Feeling rebounding.
Hey.
Reborn again. Y'all know I'm out here with my friends. Y'all know I'm out here until the end. So put your hands up wide. Throw up the west side. It's that West Coast thing. Y'all know how we just bang. It's a West Coast thing.
West side.
Y'all know how that thing gon' hang. Hey, it's a West Coast thing.
Come on.
Y'all know we wide open, man.
West side.
Hey, it's a West Coast thing. We stay wide open, man. C walk sometimes.
Come on.
B walk other times.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to really say is that we dropping dimes.
Hey.
Life's so sublime. And with this rhyme, 3-wheel motion. Most of the time, I stay in that Tessie. Y'all know that I'm from that West. West side for life on mine. Southwest Texas and time. Central Standard Time. Y'all know this rhyme.
Right here.
Gon' keep y'all going. We on that grind. It's Friday, y'all.
Made it to Friday.
We made it, y'all.
made it to Friday.
So throw them hands up and stand up tall. Yo, it's Friday, y'all.
Yo, we made it to
I
Friday.
said we made it, y'all.
We made it to Friday.
Put your hands up, y'all.
Put your hands up.
Keep standing tall. Love y'all, man. Hey, this is great. Shout out to 991 people in the chat. I hope y'all are getting ready for a great weekend. It's just been so dope.
Really has
to hang out with y'all. Another week in the bag.
How you feel? How you
I
feel
feel
about
fantastic. What is this? We wrapping up week 6 now?
It's
5, 6. I don't know.
I feel like it's 7. We're wrapping up week 7. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But yeah,
Listen,
we've been doing it for a minute.
We on a streak now. Every time this beat come on, I be like, Tim gonna sea walk today.
It's possible.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true. I would draw the same conclusion. That's all I'm saying. I would draw the same exact conclusion. I love you guys so much. Thanks for rocking with us. Whether you were just in here for a couple of minutes, a couple of hours, or all Trey. If you was here all day, all Trey. If you were here for a couple of days or every single day, however you get down with us, you know what I'm saying? We put out a lot of content every day now. A 3-hour show is a 3-hour show. But it goes by so fast.
It really does.
As soon as we sit down, it's time to get up.
Yep.
That part to me is really like surreal.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the way we live life now, man. So, it's what we do.
It's really
It's
good.
what we do.
And it feels right.
It is because it is right. You know what I'm saying? It feels right because it is right.
I wish I told you this off camera a couple times, Tim, but I wish 3 hours of my life would go by this fast in other areas.
Bruh.
For real, though. For real.
That's how I felt about driving to Houston. You know what I mean? Like, if it went by as fast as this, I'd have got there. I'd have left at 1:30 and got there at 1:37.
It's like literally we blinked our eyes and it's like, oh.
Is it over? We're like, good morning.
Good morning, my God.
Good afternoon. Like, how is it happening so fast?
It's Friday.
It's all good. Talib, I love you, homie. I hope you're having a good week, man. Enjoyed my conversation with you a few weeks back. I hope everything's going well for you. Not Super D with the graphic of Serena dancing on Drake's grave. Sheesh.
Oh.
Shisha Meyer.
Oh.
Hey, Drake, Kendrick jumped on a track with Cardi.
Yeah.
It was Kendrick's different.
Kendrick is different.
Kendrick's different. That's a Pulitzer Prize winner. I just want everybody to know. Those kind of guys rap different. Imagine if Mark Twain rapped.
That'd be crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Say No More, right?
Yeah.
If Maya Angelou rapped,
That would be nuts.
it's gonna be Ether City. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, y'all, we made it another week. It's Friday. Happy birthday to Terrance once again.
Happy birthday.
I have been
Love you,
Tim
Terrance.
Ross. That has been Hector Guerrero. That has been Derek Santiago, Juliana Buendia, Karlovich. We are on a 72-hour break. We will see you Monday, wide open.